Welcome back! Woo! Tales from the Backlog. I said welcome back because we tried this last night and nothing worked.
We were working fine.
Everyone was ready to go. Everyone was on fire, and so was my computer. But here we are for another episode of Vaesen. Before we get into it, I'll do my little plugs that I do at the beginning. If you don't know this channel, this is Shadows of Archonia. We do tabletop role-playing games here. We have 2 shows of it. On Friday night, we do ongoing campaigns at a real-life in-person table with me and a different group of people, mostly. And that is largely played in Worlds Without Number and set in the world of Archonia, from which the channel takes its name. And then tonight, well, tonight's Tuesday, but usually we're on Mondays with this show, which is called Tales from the Backlog. This is where we play remote. We have a rotating cast of players and a rotating selection of games. This is our second episode of this story in Vaesen. Should be our last. I don't know what we're doing next week. Somebody volunteer to run something, will you? We'll do it later, though. Because right now we're playing this. This is Vaesen. If you like our channel, you want to see more of it, you want to talk about it, come join our Discord. It's fun. We're all in there every day. We like to talk about games and all sorts of other things. I made some kind of a typo. Anyway, yeah, come join us. I'm putting the link in the YouTube chat. I didn't make a typo. The Discord command in Twitch didn't work because Jason had just used it 1 second earlier. Yeah, that's why. Anyway, come through there. If you really like what we do, come check out our Patreon. We got a Patreon which helps support the channel, and we appreciate anything you can do. So there's that. But let's get into Vaesen. I know we did this the other night, but nobody saw that. So why don't we do character intros and whatever you can remember to recap our last session, which was 3 weeks and a day ago. Take it away, Jason.
I'm Jason. I'm playing Dr. Isaac Kaufman. I'm a doctor. I'm Jewish. I like shtipping monsters. 3 weeks ago. So we got called out to this place. Wait a sec. You know what?
Real place.
We got called out to where we are by Oscar Udgren, who's our contact, who is the current vicar of I don't remember the name of Falbaka. Yeah. But he called us out here because his mentor, Carl Eric, washed up dead on the Falbakan shore when he had been last seen out by Wrecker Isle there. You can see that up on the screen there on the map. It had been ruled a suicide because he had a gunshot wound that seemed to be self-inflicted, but his gun wasn't found. So we came out here to check stuff out and investigate the Ammons family. That's Zacharias, the herring baron, his mother, Abela, and his older feeble-minded brothers, Paul, Pete, and Pace. Yes, we are live right now.
Yeah.
Of which Paul is currently missing. And one of the other 2 seems to have the old vicar's pocket watch and revolver.
Minor correction, the pocket watch and revolver are in the possession of the 2 different brothers.
Okay, each one has one?
Each one has one, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I had not written that down. We have learned a whole bunch of stuff. Particularly to myself, I learned about this secret island, the Deep Reef, which is way out past Graveyard Isle there, which I guess the Amundsen's do like weird rituals or some shit at. I don't really remember very well. But there's something going on with mermaids and possibly some sort of changeling situation like the last place we went, but we don't know yet. And was I in on that invite to the Amundsens for supper?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
it was issued to Ada and Clar, but you were included.
No, but I wasn't there for it.
Yeah, that's right. And
Okay,
Oscar Udgren was explicitly excluded from the invite.
Yes, because they don't like him because he's trying to bring the word of Jesus out here, and they just don't really give a shit. They just want to like pack their stinky fish, probably leave it to rot and then pack it because it's really gross, but that's what they're into. And on that note,
all right, I will take it from there, I guess. I am Cindy, and I'm playing Astrid Lindbergh, and I will be arriving late on the scene as I was investigating a lead on my missing father, which we may or may not go over, probably not. And let me see if I can remember something. I think, Clar. I think Clar was the one that investigated the warehouse and found a cross, right?
Yeah, a crucifix and a
crucifix.
Yeah,
that's right, crucifix. And some sort of strange stain.
Yeah, a stain, which I think Clar failed the roll on identifying the stain, but it was a medicine roll, so...
Which is fair. I probably would have failed that roll too. So,
and I was so weak. I was so weak I couldn't even go in there because of the smell.
I think there was some teeth removal going on, wasn't there?
Oh yeah. Well, we can let Ada talk about that since Ada's the one that did it.
Why don't you talk about that, Ada?
Oh gosh. Well, I was just being friendly. And one of the Slow brothers, I can't remember the name of the brother. Was it?
I think it was Pace.
Pace, maybe?
Yeah.
Anyways, he complained of having a toothache, and of course, since I am a doctor and I'm all about helping people, I told him I would help remove his tooth. He wanted it removed right there in the drinking area of the patrons. So, I mean, who am I to refuse? So, I helped remove his tooth. He feels better. I probably made a friend, and that's what I'm all about. Except that I'm a weak wuss, and I could not go into the herring factory because I was completely overwhelmed by the smell. I probably could have passed the medical check and identified that stain.
Yeah.
Maybe I should wrap my face in something and go in after Clara explains it to me. Who knows? Anyways, and I told Clara we should check the beaches, and we discovered nothing odd about the beaches, and now we are just waiting for Isaac to return after returning that drunk man to his home. And that's where we left off.
That is.
In my mind.
That's correct.
In Ada's mind.
And as Clar, I am a military officer who is not good at investigating or, excuse me, those sorts of medical checks. But I was overcome by the smell eventually and had to skedaddle out of that fish factory rather quickly. Not much more for me to do. Kind of covered most of it, it seems like. The fisherman's child, and so anyway, something about the smell was associated with the mermaids. I mentioned that before, but yeah, here we are. Thanks.
We don't know 100% that it's mermaids, but some of the things that we're discovering coincide with myths that we know about mermaids.
Yeah, the rapid rise of their fortune and the godson not being their son. Anyway.
And the mysterious death of their father.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they kept calling her the godmother?
Godmother.
Godmother? Okay.
Mother, godmother.
She's the godfather. Yeah, she's the godmother.
Zacharias, the herring baron, is who I'm assuming we are all assuming is some sort of mermaidish changeling.
Yes. In fact, the drunk that you took back to his home told you as much. He said that everyone who was around at the time, himself being the only one left outside the family, remembers that Zacharias was, or at least the rumors at the time were that Zacharias was literally pulled from the ocean in a fishing net.
In a net, yeah.
Oh, right.
And they thought, how strange, let's keep this child we found in a fishing net.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I should have put these up while you guys were talking, but there's Oscar, and there's Pete and Pace, and there's Abella.
Beautiful.
What a
family.
handsome family.
Yes.
Yeah. Aren't they?
Yeah,
just...
Oscar, the vicar guy, was inciting a riot almost. So.
And here's Orvar, the drunk.
Excuse me.
That's quite the chin.
Yeah. He's the friendliest one, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he was like, but once we hung out, he seemed pretty chill.
Yeah. He's not a mean drunk. Yeah, so you guys are now, Isaac is on his way back to Wrecker Isle, with Johannathan, the sea captain, and, you were coming from Graveyard Isle, so it was a couple hours. I would like to start tonight with Astrid, who's just arriving at Fjallbacka. So we discussed already that you were out when the invitation came in because you were looking for clues about your missing father. But when you returned to the society headquarters in Uppsala, you were made aware of the invitation and the fact that your comrades had already left. So you're arriving sort of later in the same day, actually. Nobody's gone to bed yet. So it's getting on to evening as you're arriving. But what we need to do for you, Astrid, is decide what your advantage is going to be. Something that you do on the journey to give yourself an advantage that you can play later.
I had thought about this earlier and forgot. So I'll have to think quickly.
Check out your skills list. Because it will apply to one of your skills. And
I think on the journey, maybe talking to a lot of people and spending some more time just listening to people a bit more and not being so self-absorbed as tend to normally be, to improve my empathy.
Sounds good. So you can spend that on an observation test later?
Yes, that's what I would like to do.
Awesome. And to save time, I will just say you take a boat out to Wrecker. You are probably going to arrive there around the same time Isaac gets back, and you guys can run into each other on the docks.
Okay.
So you've got probably half an hour before you are expected over at the Amundsons for dinner. Clara and Ada have been exploring the beach all around Wrecker Isle and have found nothing but rocks and water.
And I assume that we see the boats coming in, and so we'll probably meet them at the docks as well.
Sure.
To inform them of what we've found, and maybe someone who has a stronger tolerance to smell should check out that stain. It's on my mind. I know I can't go in there, but that stain is...
Yes, Ada. I wish I knew more of what you know so that I could have determined it. I am sorry. I failed you and failed us all in this situation.
You did indeed fail us in this, but...
just...
My goodness, Ada, try to have a little more empathy.
Well, I just wish I could resist the stench. I never thought of myself as
quite the stench around here.
But the smell just overwhelmed me. I just couldn't. So maybe Clara has a stronger constitution than I do.
You mean Isaac?
I mean, yes.
I'm sorry, Isaac. Obviously, Clara does. Isaac has a stronger constitution. He has some medical knowledge, so maybe.
I'll totally give that. I'll give that a try.
Sure.
Take it out for a spin. Try and get in there.
All right. So it is a force check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll lead the way if I can. If I fail, I'll it's in the back in the corner, but I'll try to go with you.
And before you roll, I just want to give you this warning because I said it last time. If you fail, you will suffer exhaustion. So I think that because it's a smell and you can feel it getting closer as you approach, you could know that in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already got a level of exhaustion, so...
All right, so are 3 successes going to get me in there?
Yes,
I got 2.
Definitely.
I'm right there, leading the way. Over here, Isaac. Over here.
Awesome.
Oh, God, this place is terrible.
Yeah, it smells like rotten fish in here, man.
Ugh.
So
I've never been big into the gefilte fish scene.
But I get most of the way back. I got 2 successes, so I'm going to get most of the way there and go it's right there. I'll see you outside.
I mean, you only need 1 success, so you both over succeeded on this. You don't necessarily need to run out, but the you find the stain. Investigation or medicine will do it.
Oh, let's see. 2, 5, 3. You know what? I'm going to go for a medicine check because that is more in keeping with the theme of me being a doctor.
That's true.
Same dice either way. One success.
Excellent. It's blood.
Yeah, this is where I found the necklace, his crucifix.
Yeah, you'd figure Vickers would keep those on him, but
I will murdered him here.
I will say that with your extra successes on the force test, it gives you sort of the presence of mind to notice the barrels all over this place are packed in tight, except right here where this stain is. There's this sort of extra space. And I think what you probably put together is a barrel or 2 was moved from here. And as none of the barrels present have blood on them, probably some of the blood was on the one that got moved.
Yeah, you would think they would at least try and hide the stain on the floor, though, but man, they're just...
Yeah, that does seem weird that they'd move the barrels from here, but not put new barrels in their place.
Are you guys back? Are they back with me now or not?
That's up to them.
I think I'm commenting that in the moment.
Okay.
But it'd still come up when we get back.
I would like you having said that. I would like you one of you, not both, to do an investigation test on this.
I have
What's
3
your
die
investigation
available.
bar?
I have 3 available, Jimmy.
You have
On
3 dice
investigation?
for that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I throw 7 dice for that.
Oh,
Well, you go for it. I'm kind of like, we did meet some rather thick individuals out there, for lack of the proper colloquial.
Let's see.
Anyway, those twins, if they were responsible, wouldn't maybe have been smart enough to hide the stain, but just move the barrels.
did you fail all 7 dice?
Of course, I failed all 7.
Like, what are you thinking about, Isaac?
You know what? I am pushing that roll.
Oh my gosh.
Okey-dokey. What condition are you going to take?
I'm taking frightened. You know, I'm getting a little spooked being in here poking around. You know, I'm getting, you know, I'm starting to get worried. People, like, someone's gonna come in here and, you know, go, hey, what are you, like, people who aren't from this town doing in here, poking your noses around?
Well, I'm ready to punch somebody if they do that.
2 successes.
Later way out.
So, your thought process was, it's weird that they moved a barrel that had blood on it, but they didn't bother to hide the blood stain on the floor. So, the next thought in that process is, there must have been another reason they moved a barrel. It wasn't to hide the blood, it was to hide the body. These barrels could fit a human being in them.
That fits. That fits.
It literally fits.
Yeah.
You relate that to Clar?
Oh yeah. Well, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go. You know what? Let's get out of here, right? Like we should get out of here before someone starts, like, before someone notices we are here. But I have had thoughts, and once we get out and reconnect with Ada and Astrid, I will relay all that information to everyone.
On the way out, though, I'm going to, like, tap on some random barrels to see if they make any different tones or sounds as we go. If one sounds more hollow or more full than another. Just random barrels on the way out. Yeah, not searching or anything.
Some are empty, some are not.
Okay.
The sound doesn't tell you anything about what's in them.
Okay. So, oh, that one sounds empty. Oh, that's got something in it. So
Yeah.
Nothing.
This
distinct.
one sounds like it's full of dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I was gonna say, because if there's a decomposing body in here, we definitely ain't smelling it over the funky fish.
But wasn't the victor's body just washed up on the shore?
Yeah, well, it was washed up. It washed up on the shore back in Falbaca.
Correct.
Right.
So was any barrels also found around his body? We
They
never
could have
thought
just-
to ask.
They could
Or
have
they
just
could have
dumped
just
it
dumped
near
it.
the shore.
Yeah.
They're
I
not
mean-
very. I hate to say this because I'm personally friends with the one that starts with a P.
They all
But-
start with P.
Oh, then all of them. The one I remember. But I don't think we quite have enough brain cells put together. If that makes sense. Not to offend.
Well,
but
From everything we and I have learned, those 3 don't. But Mama and like Mama might have that, like, mean cunning, but younger brother,
Zacharias.
who's getting there?
All right.
Zacharias does.
Yeah, he's in charge of this whole outfit, so he's definitely got some smarts.
well, we haven't met him yet. So are we going to meet him? We
Same.
probably should join them for dinner so that we can get a real eye on this Zacharias.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely into, like, taking them up on that dinner invite.
I'm a little worried about eating the food.
I'm a little worried about you guys getting locked in there.
Now, we were warned, but
What's the worst that could happen?
a trap isn't a trap if you know it's a trap. It's a face-off.
Correct.
That's a good
so
point.
I'm not going to go in there unarmed.
Well, we just need to go to the face-off machine and change all of our identities so no one will recognize us.
Okay, doctor.
Did you not see Spy? With,
I could
Melissa
shave
McCarthy?
Could shave my beard.
I do
so
have an
I-
elegant disguise, but I'm not sure I'll actually need it in this case.
Well, you're kind of new to the group anyways there, Astrid, so you might...
Exactly, and I
Yeah,
did not
but-
actually receive the invitation, so this could
Yeah.
prove to be somewhat
Yeah, you could keep an eye
difficult.
out.
Or now, don't where exactly are they? Where are they residing?
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there-
look around. I'm gonna look around, and
There
do I
are-
see anything that might look where rich people might live?
There are only 3
Yes.
buildings on Wrecker Isle. There's the inn, the warehouse, and the Amundsen residence.
Right.
Wait.
So I'm gonna kind of give a look of. I don't think.
Yeah, we
But
could
they're
go to
living
dinner
right
and you
here.
could wait outside just in case. And if there's any trouble, then I'll fire my gun and that will be a signal to come to our aid.
Correct.
That could
I think
work.
that's a good plan.
So there's your map of this town. Note the 3 buildings.
Which matches, like we were saying earlier, matches the real world island.
It's insane. If you look on
area.
Google Maps, this is exactly the layout. Yeah.
Yep.
It's really weird.
So is the dinner happening at the inn? Or...
At the residence.
Oh, I see it. Sorry.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
Is there, before we go, I'm going to ask if there's like any like drugs that Ada might have that would help prevent us from being drugged, so to speak. Do you have any,
Poisoned?
Drugs that will
Amphetamine.
prevent you from being.
mostly like amphetamine. So if they try to dope us and knock us out, that we would counter that. I mean, remember, Clar's a bit of a drug addict. So he
He goes to drugs first. It's his go-to move.
yeah,
I do
the
have
go-to.
some strong poison talk
Mm.
that I could hand out to you guys if you would like, just in case you guys start feeling a little ill. I suggest that we do not eat or drink anything.
That might
Oh.
be difficult.
Yeah, that would appear rude to our hosts if we don't actually
what
eat
if
the
we
food they
continue,
offer.
if we, keep up the conversation to the point where we don't actually have to eat, or we can pretend like we're eating? Don't actually have to put the food in your mouth.
Like, what's that over there? Whoosh, that was
I'm
one.
gonna
Oh, I'm
pull out
full.
the bottle of wine that I carry around in case I, get a hot date, and offer it to you guys and say, bring this as a gift, and perhaps they'll serve this, or you guys can maybe offer to serve it, and I don't know, perhaps avoid anything
That's
How?
very smart.
or turn the tables.
Let me ask you this, Astrid. What is your resource number?
Resource number is 3, I
Okay.
think.
I like the ideas of giving each of us an antitoxin dose, just
Do
in
we have-
case we start to feel.
Oh, sorry, Clar. I was going to say to Astrid, please give me a roll of those resource dice to see how good your bottle of wine is.
All right. I have 2 6s and a 4.
All right, it's a pretty good bottle of wine. Hey, we got a raid. Party
I
of
am gonna do
15.
that. I'm gonna
Welcome,
pass out
Raiders.
each one.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Patty?
I am going to pass out some poison talks to Isaac and to Clar, just to keep on hand, just in case. I mean, I know that because we are trying to not get killed immediately, we might have to ingest some of this food and drink. I love the idea that we bring in Astrid's wine. That's very clever. Possibly they will let us pour it. Too bad we don't have our own cups.
who's going to carry that bottle of wine in?
I will.
Clara, you are muted. Okay, Ada's
My
carrying.
apologies.
I'll
I
bring
was
it- I'll
just saying,
bring it.
Astrid, this is some fine wine. I would hate to waste it on these folks. I mean, just
Well, if
treat
it would
to our
save your
hotel.
lives, I can always get more. I receive gifts from, people.
Acquaintances.
Yeah.
All
no need
right.
to say any more.
So you are heading to the residence now. It is evening. It's about dinner time. It is the time for you to appear. I assume that you will knock on the door.
That sounds fair.
All right.
There's no one outside guarding it or anything, so
No, there's no guards. It's just a house. This man
Then
answers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
He
could be my
is-
son.
He is big and muscular. Not as big as Pete and Pace, but he's muscular. He's got nice, slicked back hair, big bushy mustache, extremely well dressed. And he says, you must be the guests we have invited. Thank you so much for coming. I'm Zacharias Amundsen.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you, sir. Thank you for having us for dinner.
And he goes to shake everyone's hand.
oh, nice to meet you, sir. We've heard a lot about you.
Well, I've heard very little about you, except that you've been around the port today, and I understand that one of you helped my brother with his tooth.
Oh yes, that was me. I am a doctor, and I am around to help people in need. And your brother was complaining of discomfort, and that is aiding the weak and the afflicted is my duty.
Well, it is much appreciated. Do come in. We will have dinner on the table momentarily.
Oh, good, good. And I hope you don't mind, but we did bring wine as a gift. I would love to pour it for everyone once we assemble around the table.
Outstanding, outstanding. Oh, this looks nice. Yes.
I hope you guys enjoy it.
So this is a 2-story house that you guys are in. The ground floor. You know what? There's a map. Let me bring up the map of the house, if I can find it.
That's quite the mustache you have there, Zachariah.
I was wrong. There's no map.
What brand of mustache wax do you use to give it its body?
Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan. You're a Dapper Dan man, too.
Yeah, that's right. What happened to the music? Oh, it's very low. It's still there. So he leads you to the drawing room to sit down and wait. There is a maid passing through the drawing room as you guys enter. And he says, Laura, how long until dinner is ready? And she says, just about 5 minutes, sir. We can wait in here until it's time to eat, if you don't mind.
Is the room, I wouldn't say opulent, but like at least decent?
Yeah.
Better than you might expect on a puny little island such as this?
Yeah, this guy's... He has to live here for his business, but he's got the money. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is quite the comfortable space you have.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Yes, it's not the most pleasant place in the world to live. Rocky shores, fish smells, and all that, but we do try to make the best of it.
It's a fine collection of books you have here.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm gonna as they're talking, instead of sitting down, I'm going to move towards the bookshelves and kind of peruse the titles and everything. While he's talking to you.
You see nothing of interest in the books. There's not a great deal of books in here, and most of what you see are dry, no pun intended, sort of tomes about finance and running a fish business.
What I would expect.
Yeah. He doesn't have any magic spell books or
Oh no.
or great Swedish novels. It's just
nothing
all,
of the sort.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume that this is his room, so I'm going to say, do you spend much time in here reading?
Oh, from time to time. This is mostly where we host guests, but change of pace occasionally.
A man of your size and stature, did you serve in the military at all, sir?
Oh no, I gained what physique I have working with my hands right here in the islands.
I suspect it is hard work.
Indeed. Less so these days. Hard work of a different sort, I should say. In my younger years, I pulled nets out of the sea alongside my mother and brothers, and now I give the orders and manage the books.
How long ago, sir, did you lose your father?
My father? This is perhaps a good opportunity for me to ask you a question. What is it that brings you out to Wrecker Isle?
Right.
I'm trying to think of something clever.
The silence extends.
Like we were, of all things, we were asked to come here as a favor to a friend.
A favor to a friend, and would that be the young Oscar?
We do know he is not exactly popular.
Is the young Oscar our friend?
I would.
There
Just
seems to
being
be
polite.
division amongst you on that question.
An
I
acquaintance.
was just being polite. He is a business associate, I guess you would say.
Ah. Well, what is the nature of this favor that he asks of you?
His friend was recently unfortunately found washed up on shore after committing suicide.
Oh,
And
yes.
all the evidence, of course, points to suicide, and the vicar wanted us to come and, how do we put it nicely, help him grieve.
Make a manipulation roll on that, Ada.
Manipulation.
Yeah. That's what empathy and yeah.
That's 4. Okay. I got 1 success.
Hmm.
A 6, 5, a 4, and a 1.
I was not on great terms with the old vicar. Oscar seems to have inherited some of his mentor's opinions about our island here. We wish him nothing but the best, but we do get tired of his pious rantings.
Well, I understand. He is a man of faith, as they say. And it's their job, to go about and spread the word of God. We can't always agree. Well, what harm could come from a few rants and ravings from a man of God? Can't hurt anything.
What harm indeed? Certainly. It is only that he sometimes agitates the locals and our guests. But that is neither here nor there. He is, of course, suffering a great loss. I know that he was close with the old vicar, and that was a tragedy.
Indeed. And so we, as we were finished with a few, we're not very religious, mind you, but a few of his prayers, we were curious about the island and your business. And since we've never been here before, we thought we would see the sights and meet some of the locals and find out more about the family. We're just curious folk.
Well,
we appreciate the invitation.
Well, to answer your question, my father passed when I was a young man, barely an adult. He is missed.
Am I mistaken that someone had said one of your brothers is missing as well?
Do you mean Paul? No, he has gone to the Mediterranean on business.
Oh.
He's trying to open up new sales possibilities out there for us.
Is he, if you'll pardon my bluntness of it, I assume he's better spoken than your other two brothers then?
My brothers, all three, have ways of making themselves understood.
Understood.
And he is part of the family and part of the business.
Yeah, they all seem to have their own special gifts, for sure.
At this point, Laura the maid reappears and announces that dinner is set, and you guys can head to the table.
Food.
Who all will be joining us for dinner tonight, Isaac? Or Zachariah.
So it's the three of you and Zacharias. Abella is here, and Pete and Pace are also here.
It's a fine spread of food you have, but unfortunately, the smell of the island has turned my stomach a bit. I will eat what I can, but I can't attack this food with as much gusto as I have in the past.
I'm going to have to agree with Clar, not to offend, but the smell of fish is quite overwhelming. I'm sure you become nose blind at some point, but since I am just a visitor, I might just stick to the wine, if you don't mind.
By all means. He looks a little offended, actually, that you've accepted his dinner invitation and announcing your intention not to eat. But
I will eat. But
of your company.
Yeah.
We wanted to meet you and have great conversation, great drink. I don't mean to offend. As a medical professional, I feel like it's important for me just to be blunt and honest that my stomach is a little bit queasy from the fish.
That is understood. Let us sit. Yeah, and you are served fish in various forms. There's like herring sandwich, herring cocktail, herring juice. He is the herring baron.
Herring.
Wow.
Yes, herring. I do have a slight allergy to herring as well. I forgot to mention, so it's nothing to be worried about.
And
I just need to stand clear.
There is, well, you are on the wrong island. There is liquor provided. Your bottle of wine is accepted by the maid, who will pour it.
I'm going to keep a really close eye on the maid.
Okay. I would like one of the three of you to roll an observation test as you come past Zacharias into the room.
Who's got better than a 4 for observation?
Yeesh, I got awful. I got 2.
Ada?
I have 4.
You want to take this?
I'll try.
All right, I'm going to be right back.
Copy.
My cats were just going nuts. There must be a squirrel or a rabbit on my pad.
Yeah. What's that?
Did you roll, Ada?
Yeah, I got a 1-6.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. So what you notice as you pass by Zacharias on the way into the room to eat dinner is that this man has so much Axe body spray. He smells like just overwhelmingly like perfumes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can tell he's definitely trying to hide.
Yeah. He's trying to hide something, some other smell perhaps. So Pete and Pace and Abella are all sitting at the table. Mostly they're going to glare at you in silence while Zacharias keeps up the polite banter. But I'm actually going to cut away from the dinner now to find out what is Astrid doing while your friends are inside.
There was a little, it looked like a shed out front there.
Yep. That's actually the outhouse.
Oh, is it the outhouse?
Yeah.
That's a big outhouse.
Well, let's see.
Fancy.
Let's see if we're talking about the same thing. Hold on a moment. Where is it?
I think that's the inn.
So,
No, I wasn't speaking about that.
are you talking about
Like
this?
2 small outhouses, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about that. Is that an outhouse?
Yeah, that's an outhouse.
I mean, that's fine.
Maybe it's a 2-seater.
I don't need to.
Oh.
It's a big enough outhouse. That is a huge outhouse. Anyways,
Well, look, I didn't draw the map, and also it's not
No.
labeled. I'm just deciding it's an outhouse.
interesting that it's in the front yard too. But anyway,
Well, I think it's to the side. I think the front is probably up here.
okay. Yeah, I will take to a corner of that if there's some sort of shadowy spot.
Sure.
I will choose that spot and wait for a signal.
So what you're looking at is a big wooden 2-story building. The ground floor, looking through the windows, you can see, of course, where your friends were in the drawing room. And you can see into the dining room as well. Excuse me. There is obviously a kitchen adjacent to the dining room, but you can't see into it. And there is probably 1 or 2 other rooms that you cannot see. The second floor, you can't see into any of the windows. It is likely the bedrooms because those are not down here where you can see them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And like earlier, I don't see anybody patrolling outside or anything.
No.
No.
From what... Well, Astrid, you have only been here a short time, but from what the others have seen, in terms of muscle, the brothers Pete and Pace tend to be that. And they're inside eating.
Okay. Then I might go ahead and creep up towards the dining room window, making sure just to stay out of sight. I only want to be able to hear if I can, but not, I don't want to peek or anything.
Okay. Yeah, so you can easily listen to the conversation by staying outside the window there. So the rest of you are at supper. Who's eating and who's not eating? Isaac's eating.
Yes.
I'm eating, but not much.
Okay. There's
I'm definitely not.
Isaac and Clar, as far as you can tell, there's nothing at all wrong with the food and drink. It's fine. What you can tell is Zacharias continues asking probing questions about why the hell you're here. He got, a story from you guys about helping Oscar deal with his grief. But he will, if you don't mind me asking, if you came to help young Oscar through his mourning process, why is it that you decided to come out to Wrecker instead of staying on the mainland?
Well, as a person of funds, or how would I say that I'm a little well-to-do, I was curious about the business as well. Because there might be an investment opportunity here.
Yes, my foreman did send word that there was a potential investor on the island. Was that you?
Very possibly.
Well, I'm afraid we are
that.
not looking for opportunities like that. My family and we have complete ownership of the business, and we're not looking to divest it. But since you brought it up, how did you find our operation?
Oh, it seems fascinating and well, pardon the term, but a well-oiled machine, fish oil, haha. But it is quite smelly. The warehouse itself seems orderly, and your workers were very efficient. So yeah, you're running a good business here, it seems.
Ah, much appreciated. And what is your business, Mr. Nordenmorg?
Well, I tend to invest in smaller companies, or such as your own, and with any luck, turn a profit. I do spend a lot of time at the Gentlemen's Club gambling as well, which is a fun pastime. I tend to win some money that way as well. Can I say that a few more times?
Yeah.
As well. So how is your business faring? If you don't mind.
As you ask that, you hear Abella mutter something under her breath along the lines of, "Why don't you mind your own business?"
Pardon? What was that, madam?
My mother was just talking about how well the business is going. We have built up from almost nothing just 20 years ago. And now pretty much every herring boat in these waters comes by Wrecker Isle.
Well, that's fascinating. And you're not looking to expand. You guys are just happy with just the family business, and everything is going well then.
Well, we will expand as far as we can, but we have no need of outside investors at this time.
Oh, that is fair. Can I ask you a question, sir?
Certainly.
Why did you invite us to dinner? I mean, this is a place where strangers come all the time, it seems. How did we draw your attention?
Well, a fair question. It is known that you arrived here with Oscar, who is, as I mentioned, something of an agitator in the community. Also, as I mentioned, my foreman at the warehouse mentioned Mr. Nordenmorg's interest in investing. And while it is certainly true that there are those who come here for business, you arrived neither on a workboat or anything of that nature that would explain your presence. You seem to have just showed up, started asking questions, and wandering around the island, and
generally sticking our nose in things.
Yeah, I apologize. That we kind of are an annoyance that way. We are curious folk. We like to learn what we can wherever we go. We're like Clar said, he was looking to invest. We are his friends. we all have our own little talents in seeing things within different environments and different businesses and different things going on in the world. So as friends, we kind of stick our noses where they don't belong accidentally.
Well,
and
it's also nice just to have company that doesn't smell like fish.
I can see how that could be.
suppose we will smell like fish before we leave. But to bring up another uncomfortable topic, though, it seems that the vicar, if he was as aggressive an agitator as this other young man, is there a possibility that someone here might have harmed him? I mean, he was found dead, and I'm just curious, would you think someone here may have harmed him?
Or pushed him towards suicide?
I don't know how a man can be pushed towards suicide by another man. I did not know the vicar well, but I am sure had anyone on the island done him harm, we would have heard about it. Most of the people who come here, they spend their time at the inn or in the tavern downstairs in the inn. And my mother sits in that room at all times. Had anyone harmed him, she would have seen it, or Pete and Pace would have seen it, or someone would have seen it and told us. We know pretty much everything that happens on the island. However, if a man were to walk off somewhere on the beach perhaps and do harm to himself, well, that must be what happened.
No, that may explain how your brother has come in possession of his pistol, according to the young acolyte.
He must have found it on the beach.
Pistol? Oh, yes. Pete. Pete did tell me that he found that revolver. If it is, in fact, the late vicar's revolver, I'm afraid we had no way of knowing.
Did
Ada?
or in a separate location?
Ada, you're glitching. Can you repeat that?
You broke up.
Did Pace find the pocket watch with the revolver or in a different location? Or was it given to him as a gift?
I'm going to have an observation test from you, Ada.
Well, then come on.
Someone's eyebrows twitching.
Yeah. I failed.
Cool.
So don't see a thing.
Yeah, he pretends not to have known about the pocket watch. He's gonna say, Pace, you have a pocket watch? Where'd you get that? And Pace is going to reply, Sailor gave it to me.
Oh, is that so? Do you happen to know the name of the sailor that gave you the pocket watch?
No.
How is your tooth feeling, Pace?
My tooth's gone. Mouth feels
How is your
better.
mouth feels better? I'm glad to hear that. I was worried. I'm glad that that was all taken care of for you.
So, in the long run, is there anything you guys want to do at this dinner? Any more questions you want to ask, or would you rather just sort of wrap up this scene and be on your way?
Yeah, part of me just wants to jump on the table. Did you kill the vicar? But no.
Yeah, right. That's. I don't know how long we should draw out being tactful, or if we should just bring it to the forefront. it would be a missed opportunity if we walk out without.
Oh, Isaac, you were telling me some fascinating stories about mermaids in the area. Have you heard any rumors of such things, Victor?
Zacharias.
Zacharias. Sorry.
Mermaids.
Well,
One never can tell what the sea holds.
I'm also curious of tales of mermaids and any type of stories you've heard on such an island like yours.
Whatever tales sailors tell, we have heard.
Do you believe in them?
Well, as I said, none can say all the things that dwell beneath the waves. Our business is herring.
Well, the herring does come from beneath the waves.
Correct.
Indeed.
So we thought if anyone would have any, at least thoughts on the stories of mermaids or myths or anything like that, we're just curious.
It's just a fascinating topic. These
is.
old myths of the past. But this is a fine dinner. I do really appreciate the opportunity to indulge ourselves in the local cuisine.
And again, I do apologize for not partaking, but I do really appreciate the invitation. It was very kind of you to have us.
Indeed, it was kind of you to visit. Laura will now start sort of clearing the dishes. If you are ever back on Wrecker Isle, please knock on my door again. It is good to have
it's
guests.
good to hear that we're welcome.
Indeed.
We were afraid that we might have stepped on your sensibilities being here with the vicar.
No. I recognize that you are not him. And unless I'm quite mistaken, Oscar Udgren has not yet been appointed to the position of vicar, if indeed he will be. We will see what the church does with him.
True, that is just an assumption that he will take the place of his dear friend.
So he does the thing now where he's going to stand up to indicate that it's time for you to leave.
Well, thanks again. The fishy pudding was especially delightful.
Ah, yes, a specialty of Laura. Learned it from my own mother. Abella mutters something again under her breath that none of you can hear.
If anything, I may send one of my associates back to collect these recipes. They may be quite the hit back where we're from.
Indeed.
Uppsala.
If there's one thing we know, it's lots of ways to prepare herring. So are you guys going to take the cue and exit, or are you going to cause a scene, I guess?
Don't want to cause a scene.
You sure we don't scene?
Well, don't forget, you've got Astrid outside spying, too.
Yeah. Have you ever caught a red herring or 10? Okay.
A lot of red herrings around here. Yeah. So, as you guys exit, Astrid... Yes, go ahead, Isaac.
Okay, so as we exit, Isaac is going to, pardon me, hold back a little bit. Apologies. My companions do go on a lot, but you had mentioned something about Oscar agitating people. Was he stirring up trouble? Or, hey, that's mine.
Perhaps
is he stirring up trouble, or I was actually curious about what you meant there.
Well,
Or is his preaching stirring up trouble?
well, I'm not quite sure I see the difference in the two. Oscar, perhaps you heard earlier today that he took to a barrel top and began announcing that those who live and work here are servants of the devil, and that those who debauch in the inn are guilty of horrible sins. Sailors come to our inn to relax and unwind after a long, hard period of work. And they don't like to be told that what they're doing is going to send them to hell.
Oh, sir, I was there for that. And that's partially why I bring it back up. Just unsolicited advice that you do not have to come to. Maybe build him a place to, or not necessarily him, but build the church a place to preach here, so that you know where they are preaching, and they are preaching over there in their own space, and
within your control.
Not out in the middle of your dock, disrupting everyone.
Well, that's an interesting idea, Dr. Kaufman. However, if these priests are willing to get on a boat from Thalbaka and sail across the sea to Wrecker Isle in order to interrupt people's business, certainly they would be willing to walk out of the church we would build on the island and do the same.
I fully understand that sentiment. But, as I said, it could just be a way to get them a little more out of the way. And a place to, instead of throwing them to the wolves, saying, "Hey, we built you a space to preach."
It's not the craziest idea I've heard. I shall think about it.
That's all. That is literally all I ask, sir. And I do not wish to keep you longer. Thank you for the lovely supper and the brilliant company.
Thank you, sir. So he'll shake your hand and leave. Well, you guys leave, I guess. And he'll close the door, and then Astrid, are you still hanging out by that window?
Yeah.
So as your three friends depart the house, a few seconds go by, and then you hear Zacharias say, "Wait until they've gotten a good distance, and then follow them." So what will everyone be doing next? It's now nighttime. It's full night.
I'd like us to walk away somewhere secluded and private and talk about what we have, what's going on in everybody's heads. What do we plan on doing? Are we going to keep an eye on these guys? I mean, we obviously suspect something strange. I'm going to mention the highly perfumed Zacharias. And again, relate it to the mermaid myth.
Isaac, you secured rooms last time, right?
I did.
How many rooms did you get? Was it 1 or 3?
That's it would have been 1 or 2.
Okay. We'll just call it 1. Just for you. Well, we'll call it 2 because there's 4 of you now. But if you want a private place, you're either going to have to go to that room or wander off into the wilderness here.
Yeah. Do we want to wander off into the wilderness here?
Well, down to the beach would be secluded enough.
Would it?
Possibly, maybe.
At this point, asking
Our-
the GM,
Would it be
So
secluded enough? So,
what, is the beach secluded?
I don't know if I trust. I don't know if I trust the privacy of the rooms.
Patty, you sound like you're
Touching
being
each
extracted from the Matrix.
You sound like that too.
But to answer your question, Jason, it depends. I would require probably a stealth roll, because obviously it's a whole island and people tend to be concentrated where the structures are.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people. We described the boats as being bow to stern halfway back to the mainland. So
Yeah.
If you want to do a stealth roll to get to the beach, we can do that. If you want to go to your room and close the door, we can do that. Ada, I guess I only caught part of what you said there, but I guess you're concerned that maybe the room is not private?
Correct.
Yeah, the room might not be private. The beach might not be private. It's up to you guys.
Well, I mean, the reason I bring up the beach is just because, like, looking at the topography of it, it doesn't look like there's a lot of beach here.
There's not. It's all rocks.
A lot of rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In our earlier exploration of the island, did we find like a place that might be suitable, like a small flat table of rock or something where you could go sit down and?
You know what, Clar, just roll retroactively here investigation on that.
Okay, so let me look at that. That's 3. Yes. A 4, a 5, and a 1. So no.
No. So no, you didn't really find a good place to go, unless you guys want to just literally pick a spot and walk over to it. In which case, I'd require, like I said, a stealth to either escape notice of anyone who might be looking, or perhaps vigilance to notice yourself if anyone is spying on you. If you are outside, there's not a lot of trees either, so you can sort of see if anyone's close enough to hear.
And that's what I was thinking, that we would at least have a visual of if someone was within hearing distance.
Sure.
Yeah, so I kind of point you guys in a direction then, and then like you guys go over there. I'll keep an eye out as you go, and then I'll sneak over just in case anyone happens to be trying to follow us.
Okay, so you guys do that, but I need to know about Astrid, because Astrid, you're the only one with this information that Pete and Pace are going to be following, and you're also hidden yourself. So what is your move going to be?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is allow Pete and Pace to follow them a bit as I remain by the window to see if I can catch anything else. But then I am going to follow Pete and Pace.
Okay. There's no further conversation inside that you can hear. Of import, a word or two to the maid, that kind of thing. But are you trying to stay hidden following Pete and Pace? If so, I will need a stealth test.
Yeah, I should probably try to stay hidden. All right. Wow, that is...
Was that good or bad?
Just got those little...
Sorry.
All right.
You're breaking up too, Cindy.
Am I breaking up? Yeah, you are as well.
Did you succeed on that?
I did not. So I'm thinking about taking a condition. I think I'll take angry because they're trying something sneaky and underhanded.
Okay.
And possibly, endangering my friends.
Sounds good. Wait a minute. What isn't precision a physical attribute? So I think you'd have to take a physical condition.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
I might suggest battered, like you have to dash yourself against a rock to get out of sight real quick.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll take battered then.
All right.
I did get a 6.
Oh, great. Okay. So yeah, you do take some licks, but in the service of keeping out of sight, and you are able to keep an eye on Pete and Pace as they keep an eye on Ada and Isaac. And then Clar, you wanted to like sneak up after Ada and Isaac, is that correct?
Yeah, I don't like, so we don't really know anyone's following us at this point. So, of course, I just suggested that they go up there and kind of like keep an eye on things, very vigilantly go up there, and then I'll hang back. Maybe Ada knows a spot that we found earlier. Nothing spectacular, but a place that's kind of off the beaten path.
Sure.
There's no path here.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
An easy place to
beaten
get.
area.
Yeah, a decent area to like stand and talk.
Sure, yeah, just
I'm
on
gonna
some
tell you
rocks
guys,
by
like,
the
Just
water.
this little isolated spot that we saw earlier that we figured was far enough away from the buildings
Yeah.
and
Well, yeah.
open enough that we weren't hidden and or
Yeah.
could be snuck up on.
I will have to push back a little bit. We did a roll about it. There was no spot found that was particularly great, so you guys are just standing on some rocks by the water nearby. One spot's as good or bad as the next. Yeah.
Perfect. That's fine as long as it's
Right.
safe-ish and open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I won't be doing any. I won't do anything sneaky then. I'll just
Yeah,
go
it's-
with it.
I think Isaac will try to keep an eye. Like when Ada and Clar brought up, like they're worried about, talking in the room. Isaac started thinking, well, what's to keep people from listening to us out here? There is no space for anything out here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's gonna start keeping an eye out.
yeah.
Vigilant eye out.
Same here on the way.
And we'll just keep our voices low and start talking about what plan the next step is. What are we going to do? Are we going to confront them with the murder? Are we going to spy on them? What are we going to do?
I
mean, you pretty much already did confront him with the murder.
But he denied it. And we have a
Yeah,
very
and there's not,
strong
like-
suspicion that he did.
There-
They did indeed.
There's not a lot we can do.
yeah,
least-
this
Legally, unless you want to literally kidnap or assassinate this man.
the evidence points to some foul play, but we've got no. It's all circumstantial,
Yeah.
I
as
agree.
they say.
But I do find it very odd that Zachariah was nothing, and I mean nothing, like his mother and brothers.
You found that odd?
I found it very, very odd.
From everything we had learned so far, I absolutely expected that.
Yeah, and
I'd like you all to make a vigilance check, please.
he reeked of perfume. You said so. He may be
Yes.
trying. Oh my god,
Nothing here.
that's a big fat no on my end.
Ada?
2 successes.
Okay, you see Pete and Pace. One success each. They are No, you know what? With your extra success, you also clock that Astrid is keeping an eye on them, and that they are they can see you, but they are probably too far away to hear you over the waves.
And I will mention it to Clar and Isaac. Hey, look, it's Pat and Pace. Do you see them? Don't look in that direction. But
yeah, I'm not going to look.
Pat and Pace
I
seem
believe
to
you.
be watching us.
Get down. My cat's
Yeah, that's
baying right over.
unsurprising.
And that to me is unsurprising. They are. I don't know if they are onto us. Not that we are really. What is our plan?
I really don't know. I mean,
are we going to go back to the vicar and say it's possible, but there's no evidence?
I would just
he
say
seems to want us to extract some sort of extrajudicial justice, but I mean, that's not really what we do.
and there doesn't seem.
If we've got like some direct evidence of something spooky going on here, we can try and act on that.
Well, I can tell you, I don't care if he killed him or not. I am really curious about finding out if there really is a mermaid here. That's what piques my interest.
That is fascinating, but at the same time, what harm is it doing?
None. But I have never seen a mermaid in this environment before. Have you?
Steve.
Yes, sir.
I remember something about sacrifices and give me a sec.
The moon.
Something to do with the new moon and sacrifices, danger from the sea.
So two things happened related to what you just said. I believe it was Ada who did a bunch of research and got some crazy information with some good rolls last time.
Yeah.
And Ada put together the mermaid information, and also that people might expect favors from a mermaid in exchange for sacrifices. Isaac, you heard from Orvar when you were taking him back to his island that people tend to go missing here. Someone goes missing every new moon. And you guys did put together already, I believe, that tomorrow's the new moon, and about the time of the previous new moon would have been when the vicar disappeared and the last time anyone saw Paul, the older brother.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing Orvar did tell you. The island that nobody goes out to, he said the exception is that the Amundsons go out there every new moon.
Yeah. The Deep Reef.
Deep Reef, yeah.
So, since we know this information, maybe your captain friend can take us either in the morning or tonight to this island, and at the very least, we can witness what happens with mermaids in the new moon. Document it. Bring it back to the society for,
Yeah.
our research.
So
We might be able to save a life or two as well if you want to be the heroes.
Yeah, I think perhaps we should do that tonight and spend the day there.
You want to go out to the island tonight?
So what I think I will do, if you guys don't oppose, I will... Oh, hey, Pace, Pat, or whatever their names are. I'll bring attention and be like, hey, we actually aren't going to be staying the evening. We've decided that we're going to head back to the mainland. We really appreciate your hospitality. I'm glad your mouth feels better. But we're going to head back to the mainland tonight.
Okay.
It was very, very nice to meet you both.
They don't move. They sort of turn as though they're just talking to each other, but they don't move.
And I'll kind of pat the one that did his teeth. I'll pat him on the shoulder and be like, "It was very nice to meet you. I hope we meet again."
Okay.
Your help.
So
And we'll walk towards the boat.
Like, I want to ask him, do you have any special plans tomorrow night? I mean, you
Astrid,
could always come back.
what are you doing? Are you planning to rejoin your crew at any point?
Well, yeah, I guess I'll be like a little surprised at what just occurred, and if I can, yeah, I don't know if I can come out of hiding nonchalantly.
Sure. Yeah. You
And,
can just sort of meet them as
and I
they head
wasn't
back
hiding.
over. You can just meet them as they head back over towards the docks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, Astrid, there you are.
I was following those. Are they gone now, or are they still behind us?
They're not close enough to hear you guys talking. They're following you from a distance.
I was following those thugs. Was sort of torn between staying at the house and maybe breaking in or following them.
Did you see anything strange or weird after we left?
No.
Why were the brothers following us? Do you know?
No, all I heard was them getting an order to follow you. That was it. No reason why.
That doesn't really surprise me. This whole island thing makes me uncomfortable.
Ada, I'll have a vigilance test from you, please.
Let me just throw my dice all over. Oh, 3 successes.
Oh my gosh.
Pete is gone.
Oh,
You notice that Pete is gone. Pace is now following you guys by himself. Hi, Yuri. Yuri's in the YouTube chat.
Wonder where Pete went. I say to Clar.
Oh, he certainly slipped away.
He probably ran back to his brother to tell him the news, you think?
Well, possibly. Could only hope that he trips and bumps his head or something. That would be one less adversary to deal with if things turn bad.
Well, maybe we could make that happen instead of hoping on fate, Astrid.
I don't know that we should attack somebody without provocation. It seems a little dishonorable.
Ada's about that action, guys. I don't know if anyone else notices, but Ada wakes up every morning and chooses violence.
I have no opposition to violence. That's why I like sneak over and knock him down.
Really?
Maybe Clar,
Clark might
maybe
hit his
that's
head.
something we could, make sure that he doesn't get back to Zacharias before we get to the boat.
You guys have been talking about it a while. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
yeah, we should going to the boat.
Yeah.
I say we
He's
just
gonna get there before we get to the boat because we keep not going to the boat.
Well,
We're
you guys,
walking at a leisure pace.
I've
We're
been
heading that way.
assuming that you were speaking and talking. So you have arrived at the boat. You
Walking
see,
the dog.
That's what I was picturing. Just
Exactly.
that what was happening. And by this time, we'll be at the boat.
yeah. So you find Oscar Udgren asleep on the boat, covered in bruises from earlier. Johannathan not on the boat.
Ah, he must be back at the inn having a drink.
Is there a boat around here that looks like it belongs to the family in charge?
Fleet of them.
Oh,
This is their company.
What I'm specifically asking is one that it might look like they would take out to a specific island for,
Like a personal boat, not just for
like
business.
a personal boat, like a yacht, or not like a regular fishing boat.
This will be vigilance to see if you can spot one.
Okay.
I'd also take investigation.
Okay.
I will go to the inn and see if I can't find our boatsmith.
Yeah, I mean, Johannathan is a friend of mine, so I am like, my first thought is that he is at the inn, getting drunk with all the other sailors, and I'm going to try and get him back from the inn.
Okay. One success, Astrid.
Yep.
You see a boat that looks like it might be theirs. It's got sort of its own space, like private space on the main dock, with a little bit of distance from surrounding vessels. It's probably theirs. Isaac, you're heading to the inn?
Yes.
Perhaps I could sneak aboard that boat and...
Yeah. Well, Isaac, as you get to the inn, before you enter there, you feel a large hand on your shoulder. Pete is here with you now. And he, with one hand, physically stops you from going in and says, I think you'd better come with me now. And that is where we're going to take our break. We'll be back in 10. All right, gang. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back in 10 minutes after we take our little rest here. See you soon.
I was initially going to say...
Welcome back. Isaac Kaufman has been accosted by Pete. Astrid wanted to sneak onto the boat. I'm going to say we'll take care of that first because you can't see what's happening to Isaac right now. So you would not stop from sneaking onto the Amundson's yacht. Give me a stealth check there, please. Because even though the Amundsons are not right here, a lot of other people are. And you're trying to not be seen.
Right. I got 1-6.
Okay, you are able to get on there. I think... Yeah, go ahead and give me a... Hold on, I'm just looking for some things to give you for being there. You find inside the cabin of the boat some sort of like notebooks. Why don't you give me a learning test on that?
Okay, learning is with
Logic.
6. And that is another 1-6.
Okay. Yeah, what you find, oddly enough, on the boat in these notebooks are some financial records. It looks like this is where they do the bookkeeping for the inn. And for some reason, the liquor sales that are recorded, they seem like a fraction of what you would expect for the amount of business this place does.
Huh.
Also, this whole place smells like rotten seaweed. The whole boat. Inside.
Nice.
Isaac. Pete has you. What will you do?
Oh, sir. I am trying to reach a friend of mine.
No. He is going to try and physically drag you away from this door. He is taking you.
Hey, I'm going to try and resist that.
Okay, let's do force. He's got 1 success.
So is that going to beat 2 successes?
It is not. I think you can break his grip.
Yeah.
He's a lot bigger than you. He thought he could manage it with one hand. He can't. You break away.
And I'm going to try and back into that inn.
Great. But we are now in combat between you and him.
Yeah, we are.
So generally you're supposed to draw cards. We don't have cards because we're not near each other. Just roll a d10 for initiative.
Six.
All right. I think Lo goes first. Yeah. So Pete's gonna go first, starting from the moment after you break his grip.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just we don't do a ton of combat in this game. I'm just double checking how it works.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and just try and punch you.
Yep.
Here we go. Close combat. He's got 4 dice for this. He's got a success. So then, do you roll something to defend that? I think you do.
Yeah. Round. It's like your turn. Okay. So I am using force to attempt to parry that
Okay.
as my fast action.
All right.
Two successes.
You parry that blow. My goodness. Pete is out of his element. It's your turn.
I'm backing into the tavern there.
Okay. You get into the inn.
Not keeping my eyes off of him, but just trying to get in there around more people. Hopefully one of whom is my people.
Well, he comes in after you and stays between you and the door. For now, this combat is over. He's not going to grab you in front of everyone yet. You feel that this is tenuous. Looking around the room, you see there's a lot of people in here who would not give a shit. But he is inclined for now not to grab you.
Do I see Johannathan amongst these people?
Yes.
Yeah, I am making for my friend Captain Johannathan.
Outstanding. Oh, hey, Doc, what's up?
Captain, like I'm. How loud and rowdy is this room right now?
Pretty loud. It's not super rowdy at the moment, but there's a lot of people talking.
Okay. Captain, we need to go. I need us to go now.
Isaac, I've had a few. I thought we were staying the night.
We were staying the night. But now we are not staying the night.
Ooh.
You see, and I don't even point, or I just say, you see the lovely gentleman by the door?
Yeah, it's Pete.
Yeah, Pete just tried to grab me and take me off. I don't know where, I don't care where, but I don't want him doing it.
Okay, how do you suggest we get out of here?
Is that the only door?
It's the only one I know. There might be a back door, but you'd probably have to go through the kitchen and stuff.
We would probably have to go through the kitchen. Sir, would you join me up in my room?
Are you sure that's wise?
Not at all.
Let's do it. I'm gonna put up the.
So my idea here is to get up to my room and
Okay.
literally go out the window.
Copy that.
Wait. Get up to my room, lock the door behind us, if possible, barricade it a bit, then make some kind of climbing down device out of the sheets, so we're not just jumping down.
Okay. Well, I would give you this. I mean, I don't think a second-story window is that big of a drop for an adult to like hang out the window and let go. It's only a few feet, you know.
If it doesn't seem that bad, sure.
Yeah.
I am now immediately trying to cover bases.
Sure, absolutely.
As opposed to going, wait, no, I would have.
You definitely do have a room at this inn, so it's no problem for you to go upstairs. Pete, when you start heading for those stairs, Pete immediately is following you.
Oh, hence the locking the door and putting something in the door to barricade it.
Okay. I'm going to call for a test, because here's what's going to happen. He's going to basically chase you up the stairs. I'm going to call for... I'll call it agility to see if you can get that door closed before he gets to you. He's got one success.
It's not the thing I'm worst at.
What'd you get?
Nothing.
You go into your room. Johanathan's a little too slow. You finally get him in, and you go to slam the door, and Pete's hand is there. The door will not close. He's going to come in and then close the door behind him.
So he's got a hand in... Well, before he can get in...
Sure.
Is there something I can use to bludgeon his hand with?
If it's in your inventory.
No, I'm looking at the lock picks I bought at the beginning of this mystery, and I'm like, that's how good those did me.
I mean, they might be kind of sharp if you want to jam his hand with them.
I'm gonna say, don't you have a scalpel?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was thinking of just smashing a bottle of scotch on his hand.
Do you have a bottle of scotch?
Oh, I do have a bottle of scotch. I have a bottle of green stripe scotch.
Then you may, by all means, hit him with it.
It's like, surely there's a candle or something in the room.
Yeah, but it not only has to be in the room, it has to be within arm's reach of the door.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You're like, Here's my scotch out of your jacket pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy the vintage.
All right, give me a roll.
No,
Should I
light
be
him
rolling
on fire.
force or close combat?
I'd say close combat on this.
Okay.
That's my yeah, anyway. That's my jam.
Okay, so I am taking the... Oh, this is gonna suck. I'm taking the wounded condition
Oh boy.
to re-roll that,
Okay.
because I got a whole lot of nothing there. And the re-roll gives me 1 success.
Okay, so
Yeah.
where do you hit him? On the hand?
Yeah, I want his hand gone so I can just shove that door shut.
All right, you hit him with this bottle of scotch. It breaks. You get cut. So does
Yep.
he. He yanks his hand back. You slam the door and lock it.
And if there's a chair in this room, it goes under the knob.
Johannathan's
You know,
already
we're-
doing that. He's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And then we need to make for the window, and we need to make for your boats.
I am going to roll his one logic die
Yeah.
to see if he stays at the door or does something smarter. He stays at the door. He's trying to get in. You can hear him trying to get in.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's definitely
believe
big. He's got that going for him.
Yeah, I figure he's gonna get in toots quick.
Yeah. All right. Unopposed, you are able to get out the window into the ground. Johannathan, I'm going to have him roll something.
Poor guy. He's gonna tumble.
He's drunk. He falls. He's hurt.
Oh. Oh.
But he's not incapacitated. He can get back to the boat.
Yeah, no, I'm as incapacitated as he may be. I am at this point. I am trying to drag him to that boat.
Yeah, he is.
You go.
So, Astrid's on the other boat. Isaac's dragging Johannathan back to your boat. Clara and Ada are doing what?
Just waiting at the boat.
Okay. Where'd everyone go?
Myself. I'm like, well, gosh, you'd think Isaac would be back by now. And I'm like, pop open my own pocket watch and snap it closed nervously.
What was
Oscar's
taking him so long?
gonna sort of stir and wake up and say, "Oh, you guys are back. Are you trying to leave?"
Oh, we need to get out of here.
Without
As soon
Justina.
as I... What about her? Do you need her? We can go get her. I know Isaac's already gone up to the inn. Maybe we can catch him on the way back.
She wouldn't come. I'll try again another time.
I'm sure she'll be fine and safe here. Unless,
You
of
didn't
course,
mention that you wanted her to come with us.
Well, I told you I wanted to get her out of this situation here. It's not good for anyone, least of all a young lady.
Well, maybe she will leave with her on her own volition.
Perhaps. But she did not wish to come today. Around this time, I think you guys see Isaac and Johannathan come staggering, probably an arm over Isaac's shoulders onto the dock.
Arm over each other's shoulders.
Yeah.
He's holding me up. I'm dragging him along. I'm one of my hands is just bloody.
Yep.
What the hell happened to you
I
two?
guess they
You
rush
gotta
over and
fucking go.
And as soon as I see the blood, I start pulling out a bandage and pulling him onto the boat and getting Johannathan on
We
the
will deal
boat.
with this. We can deal with this when we're out to fucking sea.
Astrid, vigilance
Where's
test.
Astrid?
Vigilance test. I got it.
She went and snuck on that boat.
she's endangering her life. Hopefully
Vigilance
she'll be
is
okay.
logic. All right.
And yeah, if you took a condition earlier, remember those deplete your dice pools.
Oh, right.
1 die per. Like, ugh.
If it's
Diaper.
Yeah,
Did
if
I
it's
just
a
say
mental
diaper?
condition. But I think you took a physical condition, so
Yeah, she took a physical.
It wouldn't.
I'm exhausted still.
Oh, I just lost track.
But yeah, in that process,
Okay,
I'm
so
going to
I
like
subtract-
leave. Oops, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I subtract 1 regardless, whether it's
No,
mental.
this is a mental roll, and your condition is physical, right? You don't have a mental condition.
I do not have one as of yet. No.
Then you don't have to subtract anything from this.
Okay.
I help Isaac. I relieve him of the captain's burden, so to speak.
I have 1 6.
Okay. You do catch sight of Isaac with his hand bloody racing onto the dock with Johannathan. You also see Pace moving closer and looking around. Pace has now moved to the end of the, or I guess the beginning of the pier, so that you guys would have to go past him to get back onto the land. And he's looking around, probably wondering where the hell Pete is.
I'll definitely, stay crouched down and out of sight.
Okay, but you can see that everyone else is racing for Johannathan's boat, like now.
Okay.
Are you going to try and get to them, or are you just going to hide and let your friends leave?
Well, how far away are they from where I am?
I'd say you are on the opposite side of the same pier, and maybe 20 yards between the boats.
And Pace is at the beginning of that same pier.
Yeah, probably 40 yards from where you are. Sorry, meters.
Europe, we're all metric here.
Yeah. Were they metric at this time in Sweden? I don't know when that happened.
No idea. Did Isaac, you told us, it's like, what happened to you? You said that...
Yeah. So the moment we have, like, a moment...
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll try to
Fred
race
grabbed
for
me,
the
or
boat.
Pete did grab me and tried to haul me off. I don't know why, I don't know what, but we need to get the fuck out of here.
I kind of want to grab Pace, drag him with us.
We don't...
That's actually a good idea, because we still have to wait for Astrid.
Do you want to deal with having him on this ship?
Not really. But
Do you think his brother is going to give one rat's shit about him?
Absolutely not. Should I just shoot him? I mean, if they're dangerous to us, should we leave him alive?
Well, we could incapacitate him at the very least.
There is still a crowd of people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm certainly not going to just shoot him out in the open.
And I'm sorry to interrupt this exchange, but Astrid, did I hear you say you are running for the boat?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll get there. Nobody's trying to stop you, but you have no possible chance of doing it unseen.
Right. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Also, Sweden adopted the metric system over a 10-year period from 1878 ending in 1889. So you guys probably are metric right around this time, but just barely. You all remember when that wasn't what it was. And before that, there was a variety of local measurement systems, which caused all kinds of problems because they weren't consistent.
Like, what about rods? And you start talking like rods for trail maps. I don't.
Anyway, you guys get on the boat. You push off. Johannathan is drunk. Is anyone going to try and maybe help him pilot this boat out of here?
Anyone got that sort of ability? Is that like
What sort of ability is that exactly?
That's a great question.
agility? Probably.
I would say agility makes sense. Anything involving precision.
I've got 5 in agility.
I do pretty well in agility. I've currently got 6 available. With my exhausted condition, I still have 6 available for agility check.
You know what? I think this isn't standard for this system, but I would like agility with precision instead of physique. Can we do that?
Sure.
Because you're
We'll
not
do
really
that.
out muscling the boat. You're,
Okay, it's still the same for me.
Okay, cool.
See if I can't get a single freaking success out of 6 dice. 2 successes. Okay.
Nice.
All right, you managed to get him away. It's going to be a few hours before you get anywhere. You guys made mention of heading out towards the deep reef. Is that the plan, or are you headed anywhere else?
I
Well,
think
I'd
we
like
should.
to ask.
I
Sorry.
think we should head like we should look like we're just heading back to the mainland first.
Okay.
Do a wide
Yeah,
arc.
We have a full day to get to the deep reef.
Yeah.
Take our time, go around, like hopefully they will think we just went back the fuck to the mainland, and we can have some element of surprise in this.
Yeah, get
Okay.
somewhere, put down anchor for a bit, and let the captain sober up,
grab a
and
rest.
then
I definitely need a rest.
rest up.
And
Yeah,
maybe
for sure.
find out if Johanathan has been out towards the deep reef before or not. And maybe
Johanathan definitely has not been out there. I'm going to say this plan just works. You guys already got away from the pier. There's no possible way they can follow you in time to see anything other than the direction from which you left Wrecker Isle. So, for now, they've lost you. If you sailed back towards the mainland, they're going to assume that's where you went. You can drop anchor out in the middle of the water. I'll bring up the map there of that. So you guys are leaving Wrecker Isle kind of from like this area, I think. And if you're heading towards the mainland, I imagine you'd go south around the island and up that way. So maybe a good place to sort of like stop and wait would be up here. That's a
That could
thing you
fit.
could do.
I mean, honestly, I'm also thinking maybe we should stop in at. Pardon me.
Whale Island there, or Whale Isle.
To
No,
see Orvar
So, Orvar was at
Graveyard.
Graveyard Isle, right?
Yeah.
That perhaps we could go connect with Orvar after we've had a minute to bind our wounds, just have a quick chill, and Orvar seems like he might have a better idea. If Johanathan doesn't really know the deep reef, Orvar might.
Okay. Yeah. So, it's nighttime now. I'm assuming you want to go to Orvar's in the morning, right?
Yeah, like early morning.
Okay. So, yeah, you do that. Johanathan sleeps on the boat, sobers up. It's not a big boat. You've got 6 people on it now.
Yeah.
The 4 of you, Johanathan and Oscar. And yeah, it's not a comfortable night, but you guys are able to rest somewhat. And then you head out to Graveyard Isle and find Orvar's house. He's going to come out. Oh, hey, Kaufman.
Well, Steve, before we get to that.
Yes, sir.
What conditions is everyone suffering under?
Exhaustion.
I have battered.
Is that it?
Yep, I think.
Ada, do you have any
Okay.
conditions? Oh, that looked like a no, but you're muted. No conditions for Ada.
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I think I can cure.
Well, so if we take the day, you can use your medicine. Use medicine in a safe location to heal 3 conditions per success for someone else, including broken. I have 1 physical condition. I think each of us has, other than you, has 1 physical condition. And I have 1 mental condition.
Okay.
So I was actually hoping to get a rest scene, on
Yeah.
the boat, going while it's still nighttime.
Okay.
Because so I need a scene with 1 or more other people, and then we could recover from 2 conditions once per day. I'm not sure if that is 2 conditions total or 2 conditions each.
I think Ada has that same ability. So
That's anyone. So that's literally just, it's part of the, it's on the cheat sheet for medical care on page 71.
Well, what I was gonna say is, there's more than one of you doing this. So with only 4 conditions between all of you, I think, if the rolls are successful, then this can just work.
Well, so the rest actually doesn't require any rolls. We just have to describe a scene together with 1 or several other PCs to recover from 2 conditions.
Go for it.
If you're okay with like Ada and myself having a scene, and then Clar and Astrid having a scene.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, if you want to have a scene, I wouldn't necessarily force a scene upon you just to do the rolls for that.
Well, there's no roll for it. It's just describing the scene. The roll is for healing under healing physical conditions, which would heal. It's like you're applying your medicine roll to 1 person, and you heal them 3 conditions per success.
I guess I'm not understanding. You seem to be. You sound like you think you're describing 2 different things, and I keep hearing the same thing over and over, which is make
Steve,
a test.
Please look at the bottom of page 71.
Uh-huh.
Are you at the bottom of page 71?
Yeah.
So I'm describing heal physical conditions and rest.
Use medicine. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That makes sense. So yeah, go for it if you'd like to play a scene. I was thinking that your rest would be during the day when you get to Orvar's place, because the boat's kind of cramped. But we could
sleep
on the boat. Yeah.
Honestly, if we're all doing that, we could. That's a good time for it as any.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was gonna see if Ada might do a scene with me where she is helping get all the excess glass out of my hand.
Oh yeah,
and
I'm
helping me bind that wound, whilst also giving me a good pep talk about how we're really gonna get this done, and buck up. Buckaroo. Don't
Sound like me.
don't worry so much. We got this.
Yeah, what exactly do you have planned when we get to this island there, Isaac?
I haven't gotten that far yet. Mostly, I wanted to get rid of all these damn conditions.
Hand me some of that scotch and I'll pour it on your wound after I've removed
Oh,
the
I wish
glass.
I had some scotch. But I used up all my scotch getting this wound.
Oh, goodness.
As I describe the captain and myself's frantic escape from the inn.
Astrid, do you have any scotch on you?
No, I do not. I gave you the last of my liquor.
All right, so I'm going to just dig in my medicine bag and disinfect his wound best I can. Pull out the glass. Just kind of bounce off some ideas of what we plan on doing when we get to the island.
Really, my thought, like, all I'm thinking right now is just try and get some kind of vantage on what they're planning on doing there, or what they are doing there, and reacting to that. Because if they're bringing someone there to sacrifice, like as a human sacrifice, that's a lot different from them just going there and, oh, can you not? Like, if they're going to kill someone, that's different from them just going there and interacting with whatever Vaesen is there. So, like, I'm trying not to be, I don't want to be too headstrong in this.
Unless you were their sacrifice there, Isaac.
Yeah, well, now who knows, if they've got a sacrifice, who knows who it is.
Because the whole thing concerns me that they tried to grab you. I'm so glad you got away.
You and me both.
Pretty creepy, if you ask me.
Because I'm absolutely come down from the adrenaline high now.
Well, yeah. That'll take care of Isaac's 2 conditions.
Astrid and Clara, maybe you guys can have a moment.
Yeah.
My
Say,
moment.
Clar,
I
with
was.
your military experience, have you ever... No. I think my shoulder might be dislocated.
Oh, I can't really do much about that.
Just pop it back in there.
You
Go
can
ahead.
Mel Gibson it.
I could certainly try. Let me overcome my exhaustion first so that I can roll 4 dice instead of just 3.
Well,
Oh, do you need a nap? I could rub your back.
Well,
See you
as Jason has
As Jason
pointed out,
yes.
the scene of rest will heal up to 2 conditions by itself without a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will massage your shoulder and help get it back in place. Yeah. So yeah. I've had several of my soldiers suffer a similar injury. Tumble down a hill, stupidly fall out of a tree after a night's drinking. So yeah,
I figured as
experienced with such
much.
wounds.
With Ada being busy over there with Isaac, I didn't want her to make, a big fuss. Just pop it back in and let's be on with it.
Okay, I'm just gonna lie here and get some sleep while I can.
Can we be any more awkward? I don't think so.
All
Climb to a
right.
blanket.
So, meanwhile, Johannathan and Oscar have a scene together. You guys can't hear them, but all of Johannathan's drunkenness disappears, and all of Oscar's bruises suddenly heal up. When the daylight comes, you guys are heading to Graveyard?
that's where Orvar is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
His house is on the right there. Yeah, you can find his house, and he'll come out when he sees you pulling up to his little pier. Hey, you're the guy that brought me home.
Yeah, about that. We talked a little bit the other day, and you mentioned this place, the deep reef.
Oh yeah. I must have
Do
been.
you know where that is?
Pretty wasted if I was talking about that place. Yeah. I know where it is. Isaac, just to clarify, in case there was a misunderstanding, what you had asked Johannathan is if he's ever been out there. And he said no to that. He does know where it is.
Yeah.
So Orvar also knows where it is. Yeah.
Has Orvar been out there?
No.
Okay.
He says, nobody goes out there. It's cursed. Only the Amundsen's head that way.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why we want to go out there.
Because you want to go to the cursed island?
Yeah. We're worried.
Okay.
Well, I lay it out for him that Pete Amundsen. So I'm looking at what I posted in the chat, trying to remember and not fuck up their name. About how he was trying to he grabbed me, was trying to get up, make off with me, and I'm worried that they have done that to someone else in my stead.
Oh, well,
with the new moon coming tonight.
They do it every month, I believe.
Yeah. Well, we kind of want to be out there for it this month.
Oh.
Just to be sure.
I'm not going with you if that's what you're asking.
I was hoping for another body, but I understand.
Well, you got 6 of you there. I'll tell you what. He's going to go inside and come back with an old rusty harpoon and hold it out to you. You can take this.
For luck?
For a weapon, son.
I appreciate the help, sir. I will hopefully bring it back to you.
Appreciate it. Anyway, I've been sober entirely too long. I'm gonna head over to Wrecker. Well, maybe I should wait till tomorrow.
You might want to do
You should probably wait till tomorrow. At best.
Good luck, don't die.
The same.
All right. You are welcome to hang out at his house for a bit, or if you want to go straight to the other island, you can do that too.
I want to inquire if he could possibly feed 6.
If he could do what?
Feed. I can pay him. I can pay him for food.
Oh! I see. Feed 6 people. Yeah.
If he's able to not send us off on empty stomachs.
Yeah. If you're gonna pay him, he'll do that for sure.
I can definitely pay him.
He gives you so many cans of beans. 1 each. Can of bean each. He says, "Yeah, I get the beans. A friend of mine drops them off here. It's the only place in the whole archipelago where you can eat something that's not herring."
Yeah, we had some herring. I had some herring last night.
Yeah, it's pretty good the first few hundred times.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But thanks for the bean. This
is much appreciated.
Thank you so much for the beans. I'm actually very hungry.
Oh, I got a potato for you.
Oh. I'll take a potato as well.
Potato.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Potato and beans sounds good.
Guess it's herring for me tomorrow.
Well, maybe you can take some of his coin and buy something other than herring.
Well, I could eventually. When someone comes around with something other than herring, I can buy it off them.
I feel bad now.
I don't feel bad. That's how it is.
Surely there's other fish here in the sea.
Well, they tend to throw back all the other ones.
Seems a strange thing to do.
There's a herring baron, you know, they got a whole herring cannery. They
Don't
sell-
you catch your own fish?
Sometimes, yeah. There's a lot of herring in these waters.
I suppose there is.
I keep hearing that. I'm sorry,
Oh.
hearing that.
You know what? No beans for you.
So, what is the plan? Are we going to get there before them and try to hide from them? What is our plan? We don't want to go there after they've arrived.
No, I think we should try and get there ASAP. Scout it out. I have no idea what this place even looks like.
Right. Like we should definitely scope
Like,
out the territory.
If it's just a little islet, sure, we should try and find somewhere where we can maybe keep a distance or whatever. But if it's a whole fucking thing, we might need to dock and try and find a place to dock and go in before they get there.
Right.
Correct. So let's go. Let's get there in the daylight. Hopefully they wait till later in the day. Johan, you said you know of it, but have never been there. So if we could get you to drop us, or I don't know, land someplace.
He's going to take us out there.
Yeah,
Not
he's
so.
gonna
He is
take
our
you
ride.
there.
Yeah, I was thinking he wouldn't drop us off just any obvious location. If he could find a cove or a.
Well,
Well,
we'll
let's-
see what we can find out there. Yeah, so you guys head out there. It's a few hours to get to this island, but you see it. It's unusual. I'm actually going to ask. Well, first, I'm going to do a random roll for Johannathan to see if he can find a little reef and successfully hide the boat. He does. He gets the boat sort of concealed from the approach, from the east. He kind of goes around the other side of the island and finds a little spot to put it. But now, as you guys step off the boat onto the island, I'll ask for a learning test from everyone.
This had better get me some damn successes.
One success on yay. 2 dice and I got a yay. That's freaking
My brain is also under learning. I believe.
Fucking kidding me.
Anyone get any successes?
I
got
rolled 1 success. Yeah.
One success.
Okay, Astrid and
I'm still
Clark.
rolling.
Oh, you're still
I
rolling.
was just happy because I only rolled 2 dice. Got 1 success.
You stole. I rolled 8 dice.
I know. It's like I
A
can't
real
around.
bum kiss.
I got 1 success.
Okay, so Isaac's a little too distracted, probably by Oscar, who's ranting about the Bible.
Yeah.
But everyone else notices as soon as you set foot on this island, it's not granite. All the other islands around here have been made of granite stone. This island is different. It's something else. You don't know what kind of rock this is.
This is an odd sort of rock. Maybe it's coral that's grown and been exposed. I have no idea.
Yeah, there's something
Something
very
different.
odd about the atmosphere here too. You guys are it's starting to be a little bit hard to focus mentally. You find yourselves sort of slipping in and out of daydreams as you walk across this island. the time that it took you to eat your beans, hang out at Orvar's place for however long, and then sail out here, it's around mid-afternoon by now.
Yep.
I'm not feeling focused. Something's not quite normal here.
Have you guys went into this before?
Who are you asking?
And whoever's around me.
Okay.
Only in a chemically fueled stupor have I felt quite so disoriented.
No, this like if they're bringing this up to me, can I notice it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. We haven't encountered anything like this before. This is. It's like we're being anesthesiaed, but in our brains.
It's like we're being drugged.
It's actually a lot like that. You're starting to have visions. Clar, you see sort of like pink fire on the horizon. Oh, we're losing Patty. We have a P.
Pink
We might need to change our internet over real quick.
Okay.
fire.
Does that take a minute or?
Pink fire. Did anyone else see that? Or am I just... Wow.
Do I see that?
Cindy, you look flawless. I don't know what... There's no internet problem between me and you right now.
Yeah, one of our inverters is about to lose power is what it is.
Ah.
So that means we have to move our internet over.
There you go. Well, that's all the explanation that needs.
We'll see you when you get back.
Yeah. You've got your pink fire on the horizon vision.
Yet, do I see that pink fire as well?
No.
If Clara's bring... Oh.
Isaac, what you see is a palace. A palace of gold and silver surrounded by blue and green sort of light. And then when you sort of clear your head, shake your head as Oscar says something to you, but you don't fully hear, it goes away.
This place is a fucking trip. Oh.
Yep. So this is happening because they left the call there.
Well, I feel discombobulated.
A little weird,
I
isn't
feel like I've been split in two.
Detached.
Yeah, this is part of it.
It's detached from my body. This must be what it's like on this island.
Yeah, this is part of it for sure.
Pink
There you go.
fire. Oh.
Hey.
Okay, we got Patty, sorta.
It's like my battery's running low. Oh, hi. My name's Astrid.
Yeah,
Nice-
me is in the
Nice
wrong
to meet you,
spot.
Isaac.
Hey.
Hey, this is the kind of thing that happens when you game with Alaskans in the winter.
I'm like, Isaac, I'm feeling a little weird. I'm seeing pink fire. Do you have any medication for this? I don't know what to think right now.
Astrid, I don't think I've got medication for this.
Johannathan is going to just sort of sit down on a rock, and Oscar's going to lean into Clar and say, I have noticed you continuously asking for substances. Perhaps you should try prayer and meditation to focus your senses.
Oh,
You should get high on the Lord.
You should get high on the Lord, like me. Oscar's going to sort of spin in a circle for a while.
well, if there is a God, I'm already going to hell. I have sinned the worst of all sins.
Oh?
Well, I don't know what the worst sin is. I understand that taking the Lord's name in vain is pretty substantial, but...
Well, what's the one that you did?
Oh, murder.
That's up there.
Yeah, it's up there. That's a bad one.
Yeah.
I had killed an enemy, a defenseless enemy. Someone... Anyway, that's the past. I guess it's supposed to be my dark secret, but now you know this secret.
Mr. Nordenmorg,
Maybe you can pray for me.
there is forgiveness in the Lord. You have confessed your crime. You must try to make amends.
We do try, as members of the society, to make amends by helping others. And with any luck today, we will prevent another death to this
Well,
person.
perhaps you should turn yourself in.
Sorry, our power box died.
No problem.
We had to plug into the other one.
We've got Patty's voice, but not picture. We have no Cindy at all.
She's coming.
Okay.
As for turning myself in, it was on the battlefield, so as a soldier, I would not be held accountable, but on a personal level, I hold myself.
You seem a man of conscience. Things happen in war that I have no first-hand knowledge of, but I have heard the tales. And I say to you, Mr. Nordenmorg, that you have come here to do good. And if you can... Oh. Sorry. I lost track of my train of thought.
Wait, there I am. Okay.
Nope, this isn't right. Something's wrong. Okay, so we gotta...
Play with the pins, right?
Yeah, I gotta play with the pins.
We're all disoriented. Maybe we should get back to the boat.
Absolutely. Clara's having...
Sacrifice someone.
is hallucinating.
Boom. All right. Yeah. So Clara just confessed to murder in front of a priest. The priest is a little bit loopy, as is everyone else. So we'll see about how that goes. Yeah. So are you guys going to head back to the boat? Is that what I heard?
I think we should.
Yeah,
get back
we
to the
should
boat.
head back to the boat.
Okay. Getting on the boat doesn't change much. It's kind of the aura of this whole area. It's not necessarily standing on the island that's doing this. Were you about to say something, Jason?
No, that I was going to ask if this feeling lessened as we got further, like closer to the edge of the island.
So that's
and then you immediately answered my question.
That's a no, but over time, I'll say you kind of get used to it. Like there's something supernatural about this island, but it's not like you're not on a constant acid trip. It's more like you're having the occasional vision as you enter the area. But now that you're going to have to wait a bit for the Amundsons to appear.
So, is there anything else on this island other than hallucinations and not granite?
No, there is not.
It's just like a big flat space.
It's not flat. I mean, it's a hill. It's a mound, basically. And it is, of course, I mean, it's too big for you in one visit to definitively say there's nothing else on this island, but you see nothing of interest to you.
Okay. I'm just looking at some of the islands in this area, and they are just, they look like just flat rocks in the ocean.
Yeah, this one
They're
is
not that flat, but
yeah, this one is, as mentioned, different than the others, and it is basically like a mountain coming out of the water.
Is there possibly anywhere we could tuck ourselves away and have the boat kind of...
Well, the boat is already tucked away. We did that when we arrived.
I think...
Oh, okay.
Possibly we should leave Johannathan and Oscar with the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Leave Oscar and Johannathan with the boat. Try and find a place to hide where we can hopefully catch the Amundsens arriving and follow them to whatever they're going to do here.
Right.
Is there any trees?
You're reading my mind, Doctor.
There are a few trees. I'd say you guys, because of your desire to keep the boat out of sight, sailed around to the western shore of the island. If the Amundsens are coming directly from Wrecker Isle here, they'll come to the eastern shore first. So the way to spot them is to get your eyes on that side of the island.
Yeah, could we track the island in that time?
Yeah, it's not super huge. Yeah, you can get around it. Yeah. Okay. And I did say mountain, but it's like a low mountain. It's like a hill.
Yeah, it's not like a big peak out in the middle of like the ocean. It's like, a big hill.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be a mountain in Ohio.
Yeah, exactly that. You've been to Ohio, I see.
I'm from Ohio.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I spent
you were making
time.
A joke.
Yeah, I also spent time shooting a movie on the mountains of Ohio.
I will ask you about that sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, if we can just try and get an eye on them when they arrive, then we can follow them to wherever they're going here. We don't even know when they're going to get here. If we're beelining over, across the island, do we encounter anything?
No, there's no wildlife to speak of. There's some plants growing, but no animals. Ada asked about trees. There's shrubbery, some small trees. There are places to hide from view. In terms of when they're going to get here, I'd say the only clue you might have is that the new moon keeps coming up, which suggests nighttime.
Yeah. So...
let's find a copse of trees. Let's settle down so we can see the east side of the island. And I assume if they're going to travel at night, we'll see the lights of their boat.
I'd expect so as well. But if we have any time, can we try to scout this island at all? Is there there's no ruins, there's no anything that would give any indication of, oh god, I don't even know what I'm looking for, so probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Unless it's really obvious.
No, there's nothing obvious about the island at all, other than the weird sort of feeling it gives you guys and the visions you had when you first arrived. I'm gonna just sort of fast forward a little bit. because of the time, but we are. You guys do make it to the east side of the island. You are able to conceal yourself from easy view, and you do see when the boat arrives with the Amundsens on it. When they appear, they're not looking for anyone. They don't notice you. They have no reason to be noticing you. You see Abella, Zacharias, Pete, and Pace get off the boat. Pete's hand cut up. And they have a few barrels from their herring warehouse on the boat with them. 4 barrels, which they pop the lids off of and help some people out. There are 3 people you do not recognize, 2 male, 1 female, and the 4th one is Justina.
That's the girl Oscar's sweet on, right?
That's her. And they move as instructed. They head down off the boat onto the beach and kind of just stand there unblinking.
Now, something that popped into my head when you said they helped them out of the barrels, like are they forcing them?
So no, similarly to the way I just described their walking, they climb out of the barrels trance-like when instructed to.
So from this distance, we can assume that they are either in a trance or they're being drugged.
Or they're dealing with whatever
Trauma
this
that
island's doing to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, are you guys going to continue watching at this point?
We might want to get the drop on them before something.
Yeah.
They do something to
Before
these-
Yeah.
it falls out of the sea.
Zacharias, as you watch, walks to the outer shore and takes off his shoes and sort of sits down and splashes his feet in the water. And that's it for now. I should say it is well after dark, like a few hours after dark when they arrive.
What kind of lights did they bring with them?
They have a single lantern.
Okay.
I think we should get closer. If we can possibly get closer to them from where we are without being spotted, I think that we should.
Well, it's probably pretty fucking dark out here.
It is dark. Here, you guys plan for a moment. I need to stand up for a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So, and what I mean by that, like, it's the new moon. There's no moon out.
Right.
So we're gonna get we've got starlight and we've got their lantern. I am assuming that Paul Pace, Pete and Pace, and their mother don't have the best night vision.
Probably not.
But Zacharias, if he is the mermaid, could possibly have all kinds of powers we are unaware of.
Yeah.
Right, but we do know that she has a shotgun, and Pace has the revolver.
One of them has the revolver. When Steve gets back, let's confirm that Mom has her shotgun.
All right, what's
Steve,
the plan?
We want to confirm Mom has her shotgun.
She does. Well, hold on. No.
Okay.
What you are observing is a bunch of villains who don't expect trouble here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna draw my
Right.
sword and just charge. Okay.
I mean, how do we want to confront them?
Maybe that's the way to do it. Maybe we should just catch them by surprise.
I'm gonna
Maybe we
pull my
should just-
pistol out and just, guys.
Well, before we rush into anything too rash, I
I'm not saying
understand
we
the
just
desire
shoot
to
'em.
do anything rash. Doing stuff rash is great. Steve, where is it? So they're on the beach. God, what's his name is splashing his feet in the water. There's the four like hypnotized people.
Yep.
They're on the beach.
They're on the beach.
Where are Pete, Pace, and Mom?
They are standing with the victims. And incidentally, if you guys have been watching for a while, you've definitely had time to realize they never anchored their boat, but it's staying in place anyway.
I don't like that.
I know.
Oh boy. This is this is oh, I really wish we could have just talked this through with them. So
You could just walk out there like, "Hey, what's up?"
honestly,
Hi, how you doing?
no, how stupid do we want to be? Do we just want to like step out and go, "Hey, so is this what happened to the vicar?" Or what?
Yeah, it's
Because with weapons drawn. Not that I think they're going to do us too much, but
Isaac, you've still got your rusty harpoon?
I've got a rusty harpoon and a pair of knuckle dusters.
Hell yeah.
Astrid's got a pistol. Clar's got
and
a
my
cavalry
rapier.
saber. Pardon?
I do also have a rapier.
yeah. I've got a pistol and my saber.
And
Yeah,
Ada's
well, I
got
think-
attitude.
And
Yeah.
I've got attitude, and I've got, some scalpels and shit in my bag, but nothing like weapon-wise.
Well, I think the pistols are going to do us better than the sabers and rapiers.
And scalpels.
Harpoons, rusty harpoons.
Yep, firearms do come in handy. That's why they stuck around.
Yeah.
That's,
So we should definitely, if we're going to confront them with firearms drawn.
Okay.
I
Let's just go in like we know everything, and they need to give up.
All right. So yeah, let's try and we don't want to get too close to them, but close and like close but not engaged.
Why don't I stay back in the shadows?
Yeah, you do that. Astrid and Clar with me, pistols on them, and we will approach. And when we get into pistol range, but not punching range, yeah. What do y'all think? To just saying, hey, so is this what happened to the vicar? Is this the vicar's suicide?
That sounds good to me. Why don't someone
yeah.
Can I hold on to one of your swords or something just in case?
You know what, Ada? Have this. Here is a rusty harpoon.
Perfect.
Use it wisely.
I am proficient with a rusty harpoon. That sounds great.
Are you more proficient with?
I'm nothing. I'm not
Exactly.
proficient with any weapons. So,
Actually, I'm pretty sure you do have a revolver. You just didn't write it down.
are you sure?
now,
Yeah.
as a game mechanic,
It does say gun.
if I get extra successes on my ranged combat attack, I can then issue a verbal order to somebody, and that gives them a +2 on their next test. So as a reminder, it's probably best if I shoot first.
Got it.
That way,
Okay.
then somebody can get a bonus off of if I get success, I roll, 8 dice.
So I'm going to stay in the shadows
Yeah,
with my
well-
gun drawn.
Mia, you saw how well I was doing rolling 8 dice.
Yeah. Yeah, I burned all my luck rolling a 6 when I only rolled 2 dice. Anyway, so plan is we come out guns not blazing, but hey,
We at least have some something.
Guns out simmering.
We approach, and I'm just gonna call out. So is this how the vicar committed suicide?
Perfect.
All right. So when
And
you say
other-
that,
disappeared.
Yeah.
they all turn around. Well, Pete, Pace, and Abella all turn around. And Pete, of course, draws the vicar's revolver, which he's had in his belt.
Yeah.
Zacharias just kind of looked over his shoulder, sees you guys there, and says, "No, actually, he didn't make it this far. We didn't have time, you see, when we opened the barrel. He took a shot at us. I started to... Well, I started to make him like them. But he decided to go out on his own terms. It was a suicide."
Oh.
I was gonna say as soon as that pistol came out, I was gonna shoot, but you dialogued, so I gave you a moment.
Sure.
No,
How
no.
about the pistol comes out now that he's done answering the question? Then you can shoot.
Right. Well, again, hair trigger. That pistol came out, so I'm shooting at. Is it Pete? Pete? Pete's
Pete
pistol.
has a pistol.
Pistol
Pace
Pete.
has the stopwatch,
Pistol
I think.
Pete. So, I'm like, yeah. That's what's the
Exactly.
fudge word I want to say? Are you just freaking kidding me right now? All right, I'm gonna push that though because that's
Okay.
ridiculous. Well, that's 16 dice with 0 successes.
Oh no.
Good lord.
Wow!
Yeah.
You completely miss. I will now
Completely
have
missed.
everyone roll initiative. Roll a
going to take-
D10.
Yeah.
What condition?
I'm gonna call that wounded because maybe my gun misfires and my hand, it's like Okay.
Okay.
Good lord. All right.
So
you said a D10.
Yeah, roll a D10. Lowest goes first. We got two 4s there.
Hold on.
The bad guy's got a 9. Isaac got a 6.
Sorry, I gotta find a D10 here. 5.
Okay. So Astrid and Ada tied with 4s. You guys just decide who goes first. That's fine.
Sorry, y'all.
Ada's still hiding, though, right?
Yeah, Astrid, you go ahead because I'll stay hiding.
All right.
So what are you doing, Astrid?
Oh, that's right.
You firing?
Yes, I will also fire at the one with the pistol.
That's Pete.
Excuse me.
Until the siren song puts us all under and we all kill ourselves. Okay. Well, I'm officially pushed through that drowsy stage, so I'm good till 3 o'clock now.
One success?
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Nice, thank God.
Yeah. So he takes a shot. That revolver has. You're using a revolver, or what are you using?
I have a revolver.
I think
forgot
that
about
has
my
2 damage,
bonus
right?
dice. Okay. Sorry, I completely
Yes.
forgot about my 2 bonus
It
dice,
has-
so I should have been rolling 10.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Mia?
I forgot my 2 bonus dice. I should have been rolling 10.
Okay.
Too late now.
Yeah. Okay, so you've shot him, but he's still alive. Now, Ada also rolled a 4. Are you just going to wait for now?
Yes.
And I forget, someone had a 5 and someone had a 6, right?
Out of 5.
Clara
All right.
had 5 and Isaac's got a 6.
All
What
right,
I
go
want to
for it,
say
Clara.
though is I want to
Oh.
say and condition that if Zacharias moves or does anything funky in any way,
Yeah.
I want to shoot at him.
Okay.
So I have my gun on Zacharias from the shadows.
No problem. Clara, are you shooting again?
Yeah, I want to try and finish Pete off, or at least get that. Whoever's got the gun still, Pete, right?
Yes, that's right.
Let's just hope for the best. Oh my god, that's much better. Okay, that's 5 successes.
Whoa!
Nice.
Again, how that reads is tests during combat and get extra successes. You may, in addition to the usual alternative, issue an order. So doing so cost 1 success. So
Okay.
I can give someone an order so they get a +2 on their next test.
All right, who are you going to order? Isaac's the next in initiative.
He's not got a ranged weapon, does he?
No.
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 Okay. I guess I will give that vocal order to whoever comes up next that has a ranged weapon. So I guess that carries over to the next.
Yeah, that'll be Astrid then. Or Ada if she decides to shoot. Yeah, so you got 5 successes though, right?
Yes, and I'm going to spend one of those to give that +2 advantage to somebody.
Okay,
four
so 4
successes, yeah.
remaining. 1 does the 2 damage. And when rolling multiple successes, you can choose to deal additional damage. So you've killed Pete. You've blown the back of his head off. And
Okay.
it's Isaac's turn.
Take that, Pete.
Savage.
Yeah. Isaac, you're up.
Yeah.
Zacharias was just giving you this little monologue, and then the shooting started, and now
All
that.
shit broke out.
Yeah.
And Pete just went down, right?
Pete just went down. Pace and Abella and Zacharias are all still up.
Honestly, I think I'm just gonna hold my action this turn. I have no idea what I want to do.
Okay. Pete was the only one with a ranged weapon that you can see. So
Yeah.
if you want to spend the turn moving into close quarters.
You know what? I'm gonna do something really stupid. I'm
Yay.
gonna dash for Pete's body to retrieve
that.
his pistol.
Uh-huh. Well, you
And-
can do that. Pace is going to try and grab you as you go past. No, he's not. He's going to try and punch you as you go past.
Yeah, I expect he is.
He actually has a knife, so he's going to try and cut you as you go past. Here we go. He's got 4 for close combat. Let's
Goodness.
see. He whiffs it. He completely misses you.
Oh, good for me.
Yes. Abella, what's she got on her? She does own a shotgun, but I already established that she didn't bring it. So she's gonna just probably hit someone with a rolling pin, and that someone will be, well, Isaac was the one who ran into range, so it's gonna be Isaac.
Yeah.
That's one success.
All right. Well, I will attempt to parry that.
And it's not a rolling pin; it's something that fisher
It's
people
probably
have.
Steve,
Like
it's
a blood,
probably an oar.
Or it could be an oar, sure.
Or one of those little pins they tie the sail.
Belaying pin,
ropes
yeah.
to, yeah, little belaying pin.
One success on my parry.
All right, so you parry the old lady, and you probably make it to Pete and get his gun. Zacharias is going to stand up, enraged, and he's going to magic you. But he's going to go for Clar first, because Clar just killed Pete.
Yeah, and my order I shout is like, shoot the fish dude. Yeah, anyway.
What's he doing when he magics? What is his body doing?
Well, you see his eyes go black, completely black. He raises his hands and sort of points them at Clar and yells, "Stop!" So the way this works is he rolls 8 magic dice, and you're going to oppose him with this spell. You're going to oppose him with observation.
Thank God for 2 dice.
Good luck, Clar.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I'm gonna say I yelled my order already, like shoot the guy. But anyway,
Okay, and after that, I'm gonna shoot.
Yeah, you'll shoot.
yeah, if you follow my order, you get the +2. Anyway, let me roll that. Yay, 1 6. I rolled a 6 and a 1. But anyway,
Okay,
1 6.
well, Your 1 success counters his 1 success.
Oh, sweet.
You
Jiminy.
feel an intense pressure on your brain as he yells "stop," and you find yourself driven psychically to obey him, but you are able to fight back and choose your own way. He just cast Enslave at you, and for his trouble, he's going to get shot at by Ada.
Yep, and I'm gonna roll 8 dice for that,
Oh boy.
and that is 4 successes. Wait, 1,
4
2, 3,
successes. Okay.
4 successes.
Holy moly.
Wow.
He's dead. You've killed the herring baron. You son of a bitch.
Damn.
I'm like, what just happened? Oh God, he tried to whammy me.
And we see that he's down. I want to get to his body and see if
What?
he changes or anything.
Pace and Abella are still up.
Yeah.
There's still 2 enemies, yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but still.
And Ada, you are also the farthest one away because you were in hiding, so you can't get to his body right now.
No, but that's where I'm gonna head towards.
Okay.
Are the barrel people still under a trance?
They are dazed. Yeah.
Still dazed
Astrid.
and confused. Okay.
Yeah, we're back around to you, Astrid.
Okay. I'm going to shoot at Pace.
Okay.
And miss.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Ada, your shot just now was actually your reaction from last round, so it's your turn again right now.
All right. So I'm gonna shoot at Pace,
Okay.
and that's, let's see, 4, 5, 6. And I miss.
You miss. Okay. Clark?
Since I mentioned my gun misfiring, thus that miss, so I'm going to draw my saber and step forward and try and
Okay.
slice somebody.
All right. Pace or Abella?
I see Pace as the bigger threat, so I go after him.
Cool.
And this is close combat with my saber. Christmas. 9 dice, 1 success. That's only
success.
1 point of damage. Yeah.
All right, he's going to try to oppose and miss.
The saber should do 2 points of damage.
Saber?
Yeah.
Well, let me. Either way, he's still up.
Okay, as you say, I've got it written down as 1.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
looking
check
at
that.
it right here.
Okay,
Okay.
I will change that on my sheet.
Well, you've harmed Pace, and now it's Isaac's turn.
Okay, I see what happened there. Thank you, Jason.
Yep. Well, in a blind panic, I am going to take the Rick Deckard way out, and I'm shooting a Bela.
Okay, with Pete's gun,
Yes.
which is actually
Deckar's gun.
Carl Eric's gun. Yeah.
Come on, 6 dice. Give me something. 2 successes. So that's 3
She's super
damage?
dead. You have shot the old woman to death.
Like I said, in true Rick Deckard fashion.
You guys are now confronted with 3 dead family members and a wounded Pace, who is on his turn going to charge Isaac, who just killed his mother. Here comes the knife. 1 success.
One success on my parry.
All right. Back around to the top of the round. Astrid and Ada.
I will take. Well, it's looking a little crowded there around Pace. I'm gonna. I'll draw my rapier, and instead of shooting, I'll go after him with that. That's a success. So that's
Okay.
1 damage.
Rapier. You kill him. You run him right through. You've killed all the bad guys. The 4 people are still standing there, disoriented. The sun starts to come up. Not come up, but like the sky starts to redden as dawn approaches. The water ripples. And you see this creature come slapping out onto the beach. Let me show you the creature, just in case you don't know what one looks like.
Slapping like a seal.
Yeah, I've seen Cabin in the Woods. I know what mermaids look like.
I have this labeled as Big Mean Mermaid. That's her.
She's hot.
That's the art. Well, okay.
Of course, Isaac's like, yeah, baby.
Hey, girl.
She's mad. She's mad because you
Yeah.
killed her boy, and no
Yeah.
one's been sacrificed. What is everyone doing in terms of the intended victims here?
I was
I would
thinking I
like
would
to
grab
get
them
them away.
from the
pull them
shore.
away.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that was no less than 3 people at once. I'm going to go clockwise, starting with Mia. What were you going to do?
Grab the nearest stunned person and pull them away from the shore. Which I
Quick
think
question.
what Emil said.
As you grab this person, what's in your hands?
I have a saber in one hand, and my gun is. I discarded it on the ground back there because it misfired and broke.
Okay. I'm going to ask you just flat out, do you reach for this person with the hand that is holding the saber or the other hand?
My free hand, yeah.
Okay. You fail to get any sort of reaction from this person. And Isaac, what were you saying in that?
So by no reaction from this person, are they just like rooted in spot?
Essentially, yes. I mean, they're not immovable.
Well, no, because what I was going to do something really similar to what Clar was doing, but with an emphasis on literally just grabbing is like two of them by the back of their collars and pulling them away from the shore.
And do you still have anything else in your hands?
I probably still have that pistol in my right hand.
When you reach for that person with your right hand, the steel barrel of the pistol touches that person, and the curse is broken on that one. It's Justina, actually. She's going to come awake. What? What's happening?
Oh,
what is that?
Go inland.
Okay. And she's going to start running.
Don't go too far inland.
She sees a monster and a gun and 4 dead bodies. She's running.
Oscar's that way.
No, just don't go too far inland. Wait for us.
It's too late, man. She's took off. Astrid, what were you doing? I think you were the third person I heard talking.
Yeah, I was gonna try to grab a couple of them by the arms and.
Okay. And you had a sword in your hand and a gun, also, right?
Yeah, I still had both in my hand.
Okay, so the people, whoever you touch with metal, is gonna wake up.
Oh, but I have a metal ring on. Yeah. That'd make it.
Well, now that the secret's out, you guys can wake everyone up. I just wanted to resolve what happened all at the same time right there.
Okay. Easy to tap him with the sword. Tink, tink, tink.
So they all wake up. You guys can start running inland. I assume across the island to where you left the boat. The mermaid does not follow you. Her eyes turn black. She screams at the top of her lungs, and the island that you are standing on begins to move.
Figures.
Oh.
Well, I'm still there. Can I just shoot the mermaid?
Why are you not running?
Everyone is running away, but you can absolutely stay and shoot a mermaid.
Why are you going to shoot the mermaid? She's really hot.
Okay.
It was just a question. May I shoot the mermaid?
You may shoot the mermaid, yes. By all means, shoot a mermaid.
Perfect. And I miss, so I'm going to...
You're going to run?
Because I was going to describe Isaac as actually not running till the island starts moving.
Yeah, there you go.
Because he's kind of enraptured.
I imagine he would be.
The island starts moving, he's like, "Oh no, this is not worth it." Well, maybe, but no, I gotta go.
You guys, because you kind of just did this trip, you're able to get across the island pretty quick. By the time you reach the boat, the island has raised up quite a bit. Parts that were underwater are now coming out. You guys just barely make the boat without breaking your ankles. Jonathan and Oscar they've already pulled up the anchor. He floors it. You guys are sailing away. When you look behind you, you see this creature rise up out of the water. Let me find the creature. Did I bother putting it in here? Yep. There's your island.
Oi.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
That's a freaky deaky thumping or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we were standing on that.
Have a steamer to ram it with.
This thing is friends with the mermaid. She has woken him up, and he's pretty mad.
Oh shit.
I am sorry I gave that wine away.
As the
Just throw some extra coal on the steam-powered boat.
yeah, you guys do manage to escape, but not without being hit by a tidal wave caused by this thing resubmerging. I would like each of you to give me a force test not to be swept off the boat.
Oh, great.
Swords. Oh, goody. Let's see this.
Shit. So that's 2 dice.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 success. Okay.
Clar hangs on.
I failed.
Astrid hangs on. Ada does not. Isaac?
I got 2 1s, a 2, a 3, and a 6.
Isaac hangs on. Ada gets swept off the shore. No doubt she was specifically targeted for shooting at the mermaid. And
Probably.
I would like now. There's 3 possible rolls to save yourself. You failed the first one. Give me an agility test to try and swim back to the boat.
Crap.
Can I throw a line out to her?
Oh, I got 1 success.
You get back to the boat. Clar helps you out. Yeah.
Thanks.
So you guys make it. The Amundsons are no more. Their herring empire is taken over by others and parted out. Probably Clar buys it. Welcome to your new role as the herring baron.
I'm gonna invest. I ain't running it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that ending happened a little fast, but actually none of it was really cheating. That is more or less how it's supposed to go. If no one is sacrificed, the mermaid gets mad and wakes up the Kraken. And you guys you do get away for free if you manage to make it to the boat, but you do have to make those tests to stay on the boat. It's a little late, so I'll wrap it up quick with, I'm sure, the big secrets that everyone wanted to know. Yeah, Zacharias was a sea child. He was his biological son of the mermaid. Yes, he was telling the truth about the vicar. They did kidnap him with the intention of sacrificing him. When they opened the barrel, he shot himself rather than become a sacrifice to a demonic creature. So it was technically a suicide, but not out of depression. He just wanted to go on his own terms. Paul had to be sacrificed in his place because they didn't have anyone else to put down there. That's why there's a brother missing. He's dead. They killed him themselves. Yes, Zacharias beat his father to death. No shock there. They would have sacrificed Oscar if you guys hadn't taken him with you on the boat. Oscar would have been their number one choice this month. Instead, they took Justina in hopes that her absence from Wrecker Island would mean Oscar would stop showing up. But you killed all of them. So...
Wow, we did some violence.
You did the most violence we have yet seen in this game. I mean, Zacharias has some nasty spells, and he only cast one of them, then died.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, like, oh my goodness, lucky.
You guys said, let's go out with our weapons drawn, and yeah. I probably should have said Abella did have her shotgun, but I don't think it would have changed that much. You guys blasted away pretty good there.
Yeah. Well, that's like, I was like, because like it came up and I was like, yeah, but would she have brought it here? Like, I expected Pete to have that pistol.
Yeah.
But
right.
If she didn't think there was going to be any trouble, why would she have that gun?
Yeah.
She might just have it. But there's a chance she'd go, I don't need to deal with this. Leave it at home.
I think that's right. And her character stats in the book say that she has the shotgun. So I would assume they intend for her to have it on the island. But I was thinking the same as you.
Yeah.
Why would she have it here? Yeah. So
that took your sons and people who were drugged or trans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, they're not expecting trouble, and that is also written in the text, is that they're not looking for you guys. They do this every month. There's never anyone here. The one thing I would change about what I did is I I think it would have made more sense after Ada basically flat out accused them of murder at dinner. I think Zacharias. No, you weren't. You were not subtle. You accused them of murder at dinner.
I was trying to be subtle, but I was like,
yeah, you flat out called out the pistol and the watch like blatantly. I think it would have made more sense for Zacharias to get pissed off right then and start casting spells right then. But I was kind of taken aback, and I was like, he's just going to play it. He's just going to play it cool and try to change the subject. But other than that, this is a good one, I thought.
So,
Definitely.
in the session,
Yeah.
did we participate in the session?
That's
Yes.
4 yeses.
Did we confront any Vaesen? Oh my goodness, did we? Did we identify a previously unknown Vaesen?
Actually, no. You identified the mermaid last time, right?
But does the Kraken count?
That's a
I don't
Kraken
think-
count.
I don't think you guys identified. I said Kraken, but I don't think your characters.
Yeah, we didn't have any time to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you affected by your dark secret?
Clara was.
yeah, I
True.
confessed it. So
True.
Yeah.
I mean, Isaac will be probably when he gets back home.
Yeah.
let's
You
not
can
go
have
there.
it. You can have it.
No, I'm not. No.
There's a hot
No.
mermaid. Pretty straightforward.
I'm not taking it for that. I will humorously point out that yes, he's going to, but I don't need to go into it.
There you go.
Did you take risks to protect other people? I think we all took risks
Absolutely,
to protect
yes.
other people.
Yeah.
Did we learn anything?
You learned that island is a kraken or a monster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How
The monster.
The relationship between the island they sacrifice and the mermaid, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we develop something in our headquarters? No. And did you perform an extraordinary action?
I think, yeah, you guys blew away a family.
Yeah,
I think
okay,
collectively that's an extraordinary action.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
So that should be about 5 XP each.
And didn't
Or
you
XP
have
points.
a headquarters upgrade that gives you extra XP?
And I will record at the end of the session, a player can record the party's experiences, granting each player 1 additional experience point.
Outstanding.
So that should be 6 XP points for everyone.
I am maxed out.
And
Okay.
with an extra one for Clark because of the dark secret thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 7 for Claw.
What is the max?
And
Okay, so I've got 10.
Better spend them.
What?
All right, gang.
Wait, where is there a max XP points you can have?
at the bottom, it's only got 10 spears to fill.
Oh,
I don't
Wow,
think that there's
okay.
an actual mechanical max. It's just there's only that many.
spending them.
Yeah, be
Yeah, I
spending.
spent mine so I could bump my investigation up before we started tonight. But now
Did
I've
you
got
guys
10.
do a count at the end of the last game for experience points?
We did it
Yes.
off camera, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
that's it for tonight. It's fully midnight in California. Later for me.
Oh boy, howdy it is.
2
I'm going to
a.m.
bed. We will announce as soon as we know what we're doing next Monday. And other than that, I'll see the viewers on Friday for the return of Matt Waltz to Shadows of Archonia. And we'll see you then. Good night.